Hello, everybody, and welcome to Harrisonville, Missouri. I'm the voice of the Harrisonville Wildcat, Chet Grammer. Alongside me is my trusty sidekick and statistician, Gary Davidson. And week 4 of Murderers Row is upon us. We've gotten this far, Gary. We might as well go a little bit farther. You have the 7th-ranked Class 5 team in the state of Missouri coming in here 2-1. Class 5 2014 state champions. 2015, 2016, they were semifinalists, and last year they were quarterfinalists. And they've only been around since 2013. I'd say they've started a pretty good football tradition at Battle.
I would say so. When you go on when you go on the MaxPrex website and you look at the roster and you see all these cameras on the right side, you know that a lot of those people are probably expecting to be recruited. So, which tells you a little bit about the program that they've got going there in Columbia.
And you know that's good. You know, when you start a program like that and you automatically have that success, it can be a double-edged sword. You don't want it to be like, okay, this is how it's going to be every year. You want it to be that way every year, so you got to kind of temper those expectations a little bit and grow a program. And talking to a couple people, one of the reasons they wanted to play this game, they wanted folks from Columbia Battle, to see football tradition in a school like Harrisonville. Obviously, we've struggled early in the year, but nevertheless, very traditional football power, and they want to kind of see it. And I'm sure that they're noticing it already here.
Well, you know, and in the past years we've started at Jeff City, Elias, and had those games, and I think this is kind of another one of those types of games where we're playing up, and that's what we want to do. We're going to play teams that are going to be competitive to our program, and that only makes us better. Granted, we're only 1-2, but you know, this is a year of youth, and hopefully we'll move out of this, and then we'll move into conference.
Well, and you know, we speak of conference. 4 of the 5 other teams in the conference are undefeated right now at 3-0. So it's not, you know, we kind of tease that, hey, conference is going to get here, going to get a little bit easier. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case for the Wildcats. They're going to have to earn every victory, which you want them to do each and every year. But bottom line is you got to take care of business here tonight. Come out of it, have a great game. Play good football. They started showing flashes last week. We'll get into that a little bit in the keys to the game of what I thought went well and what they need to work on a little bit. But it's a work in progress, and we see that with Coach Max's teams every year. Sometimes they learn on the fly, but it hasn't hurt them in the past, and I don't think it's going to hurt them this year.
Again, we've said it once, we've said it 100 times, and on this year especially, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And you want to play good competitive teams in the beginning, and you know you're going to have some battles along the way, some bumps and bruises. But, again, it's where you are in November is what counts.
Absolutely. We said it before. You don't win trophies in September, but you do in November. And I think the guys are sticking to that as well. If you're just joining us, it is the pregame show on 4Ts.com and YouTube 4Ts streaming, brought to you by Sherwood Community Bank. Sherwood Community Bank, Harrisonville's best spot for youth savings and team checking accounts. Stop by one of their 4 locations for details. Remember, FDIC. We're about 25 minutes away from kickoff here at Memorial Stadium on the campus of Harrisonville Middle School. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with more Sherwood Community Bank pregame show after this.
Decisions on the football field must be made in a split second. When buying a home, it is quite the opposite. Let Carol Looney and her staff at American Heritage walk you through the process with ease. They will make sure buying your dream home doesn't become a nightmare. From the first showing until the keys are in your hand, go with the realtors that have called Harrisonville home since 1981. American Heritage Realtors, office located next to Sonic on Commercial, or go see them at americanheritage-realtors.com.
No matter how many things you've had on the menu at Applebee's, everyone has their favorite. Whether it's an appetizer sampler, chicken fajita roll-up, or 3-cheese chicken penne with a side of buffalo sauce, you always go back to your favorite. At some point over the years, every Wildcat has had a meal at Applebee's. The next time you head to Applebee's in your Wildcat gear, mention the Wildcat Special and receive a 10% discount. Applebee's of Harrisonville on Rockhaven Road, catty corner to Quick Trip.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Harrisonville, Missouri, on the campus of Harrisonville Middle School. Memorial Stadium. The Class 5 2-1 Columbia Battle Spartans come into town to take on your 1-2 Harrisonville Wildcats in the last non-conference game of the season for the Cats. They dive in headfirst next week against the Excelsior Springs Tigers, who are undefeated on the season and playing tonight as well. So the Harrisonville Wildcats ready for some high school football. Let's talk about our starting lineups. And speaking of starting lineups, let's talk about Harrisonville's best starting lineup for insurance. That's Stafford and Stafford Insurance. Give them a call today. Defensively for your Wildcats up front, you'll see Trevor Campbell, Christian Cooper, C.J. Caterly, among others that'll get time in there. Brody Rogers, James Fuller, Jacob Poisel, and your linebackers will be Jacob Poisel, Isaiah Patrick, Carson Graff, and Colin Carruthers in the secondary. Brody Pitts and Bryce Percival on the ends for cornerback. And then your safeties, Jaden Wilson and Carson Crowley. Those are your starting lineups for your Wildcats. And that is brought to you by our good friends at Stafford and Stafford Insurance, Harrisonville's best lineup of insurance. That is Stafford and Stafford Insurance Company. We're going to take another quick timeout. We'll be back in a couple of minutes after this.
Atkinson Funeral Home and Cremation Service has been serving families in the area since 1929. The Atkinsons take great pride in being members of the community. They will soon graduate a fourth-generation Wildcat. With this kind of commitment to Harrisonville, you know Atkinson Funeral Home will be there for you. As always, they are proud sponsors of the Harrisonville Wildcats.
The Harrisonville Square is quickly becoming a shopping destination, and a big reason why is Birdie's Boutique and Antiques at the corner of Lexington and Pearl Street. Birdie's offers a unique combination of fashionable clothing, furniture, accessories, home decor, and gifts. For the ladies in your life, it's the place to take them. With a little bit of everything, they are sure to make you leave with something new. So the next time you want to go shopping, head up to Historic Square and check out Harrisonville's newest hot spot for fashion, Birdie's Boutique and Antiques. It's happened to all of us, running a few minutes late and not enough time to drive somewhere to get out and go in to get a coffee, tea, latte, or delicious muffin or cinnamon roll. Good news, Brew Daddy's Coffee is now open and boasts Harrisonville's only drive-through coffee shop. Quick, convenient, and delicious is exactly what Brew Daddy's is for you. Opening at 6 a.m. and staying open all afternoon on Fridays to give you that caffeine boost before the game. Brew Daddy's Coffee right next to Commerce Bank on Commercial.
Teammates on a football field are a must. That's why Cameron Chenoweth of American Family and Lacey Domnick of Shelter Insurance are teaming up to give you options in the insurance market. They know you have choices, and they want to work together like the Wildcat football team to make sure you have the best insurance coverage out there. To see what their team can do for you, call Cameron Chenoweth at 816-380-3996 and Lacey Domnick at 816-380-2700. One of the scariest things to do is to take your car to a mechanic. No reason to be scared when you have the best mechanics around right here in Harrisonville. Colby and the crew at Colby's Car Clinic are all ASE certified mechanics with the latest equipment to keep your vehicle running smoothly year in and year out. Add new tires and being a rough country lifts and accessory dealer, Colby's Car Clinic takes the fear out of getting your car fixed. So give Colby a call at 816-380-3000 or go see them in the big blue building behind O'Reilly's. It's 6 p.m. and your family is discussing what to eat for dinner. We've all been there. Everyone wants something different. So make it simple. Go to Forged by Fire in Harrisonville for a little bit of everything. Salads for mom, and a wide variety of them at that. The steak for dad, a boss burger for your growing boy, and chicken strips for the little one. The next time you need a variety of food with extra options to satisfy everyone in the family, make the one stop to Forged by Fire in the Price Chopper Shopping Center on Commercial. It's 6 p.m. and your family is discussing what to eat for dinner. We've all been there. Everyone wants something different. So make it simple. Go to Forged by Fire in Harrisonville for a little bit of everything. Salads
Everybody
for
has that one friend's house they love to go to with cool decorations and a relaxed environment. The Garage Burgers in Harrisonville is like your friend's house, an amazingly fun place with names of all of its visitors adorning the walls with old racing gear throughout. Make it your place to go next time you want a fun and terrific dinner. With 20-plus burgers, amazing appetizers, and ice-cold drinks, the Garage is your stop for fun and excitement. Now open late on Fridays. The Garage Burgers on Commercial across from Young's Tire.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Memorial Stadium on the campus of Harrisonville Middle School. Ready for some high school football action. VFW out doing a couple things on the field right now, and then we will have the national anthem in just a couple of minutes. Right now, it is your pregame show brought to you by Sherwood Community Bank. Sherwood Community Bank, Harrisonville's best spot for youth savings and teen checkings account. Stop by one of their 4 locations for details. Member FDIC. We're going to have the national anthem coming up in a couple of minutes, as well as our keys to the game, our coin toss, and our opening kickoff in just a few minutes as well. Wildcats, the Columbia Battle Spartans coming all the way from Columbia down to Harrisonville for some football action. Probably have some folks from Columbia not making the trip, maybe watching and listening alongside. Glad to have you along for the ride tonight. We're about 18 minutes away from kickoff. We'll take another timeout. We'll be back after the national anthem for some keys to the game and some other fun stuff before our opening kick. You're listening to and watching High School Football for Tees.com.
When you live in a small town, you need someone you can trust to buy a used car from. Steve Holland with Holland Auto Sales is that guy. Selling cars in Harrisonville for 35 years gains you that trust. Used car dealers can come and go, but not Steve. Holland Auto Sales, with 3 generations of Hollands graduating from Harrisonville, means he will be here for years to come. So go see the guy who the Grammer family trusts to buy from. Steve Holland with Holland Auto Sales on Commercial Street, just past Burger King. When you live in a small town, you need someone you can trust to buy a used car from. Steve Holland with Holland Auto Sales is that guy. Selling cars in Harrisonville.
When you climb in your vehicle with your kids and head to the Wildcat game, you want to be safe. Make sure your tires are safe by visiting William and Michelle's at Young's Tire and Wheel Center. You might not need them today. William can give you a peace of mind by letting you know when you will. If tires are needed, they will get you the best tire on the market and Harrisonville's best tire warranty with free flat repair for life of the tire. So stay safe with new tires from Young's Tire and Wheel Center.
It's happened to all of us. Our printer out of ink and need an important document printed. In Harrisonville, that can spell disaster. Not any longer, though. Kaleidoscope Digital Services has you covered with inexpensive printing services. No more trips to the city just to get a copy made. And that's not all. Computer on the fritz, they'll take a look. Wi-Fi needed for workspace, and even starting a local gaming community plus new board games to try. Head up to the historic Harrisonville Square and check out Kaleidoscope Digital Services on the corner of Wall and Independence Street.
Thank you, Kansas City, for making us the fastest growing Ford dealership in the Midwest. As a show of our appreciation, we are continuing You Pay What We Pay sales event. That's right. Going on right now, you pay what we pay on any new Ford on our lot. All invoices are clearly displayed. The highest trade-in values and the best financing ever are going on right now at Max Ford of Harrisonville. The lowest prices and a hassle-free shopping environment makes us the easiest place to buy a car. Max Ford of Harrisonville at the I-49 and 291 exit or anytime at maxford.com.
Salon 114 on the historic Harrisonville Square is happy to sponsor this year's Spirit Spotlight, which highlights a different Wildcat cheerleader who has excelled on the team each week. While the stylists at Salon 114 are extremely busy, they are excited to announce the addition of a full-spectrum infrared sauna. This new addition is available to anyone and comes with an array of health benefits. Sessions are available with flexible times and by the minute. That makes now the time to call at 816-651-3722. It's never too early to teach your little ones about finances and saving money. Sherwood Community Bank has plenty of options available for you to help kids save and learn how to manage money. Savings accounts can be started as soon as one is born to help teach them to save. Once they are behind the wheel, a checking account with free internet banking and a debit card could be there for them to manage their money. Sherwood Community Bank is there for the youngsters. Just ask Braxton.
Go see them at Sherwood's Bank. That's where my account is.
There are a million places to buy a used car, so why not go somewhere you know lives by the Show Me State motto? The staff at Show Me wants to show you that Show Me spirit. Excellent service, affordable prices, and even loaners while you get your cars serviced. With 2 locations to serve you in Harrisonville and Belton, they will put you in your dream car, truck, or SUV, and if they don't have it, they'll find it for you. So drive on over to Show Me Auto Mall and drive away with your next car.
When you want all the latest news about the Wildcats, turn to the South Cass Tribune. A large sports section, honor rolls, robotics, and even news and notes from all 6 Harrisonville campuses. They are sure to have you covered. They are happy to say the Wildcats are their hometown team. Find the Tribune around town at various establishments or get a subscription delivered right to your mailbox. Keep up with everything each week in the South Cass Tribune, Harrisonville's home news source. A strong starting lineup is a key to a great team. Insurance is no different, and Stafford & Stafford Insurance has the best lineup in town. With personal, commercial, health, life, farm, and crop insurance, they have you covered. 40-plus employees are there for you to find the best rates, walk you through claims, and make sure they are there for every step of the way. So if you're looking for a full-service insurance company with a strong starting lineup, go see the folks over at Stafford & Stafford Insurance on Commercial Street across from Holland Auto Sales.
You need multiple things for a project at home but don't want to go all over the city to find it? You need to go see Tom and Lonnie Cook at the 38,000 square foot Trade Fair Mall. Over 200 booths with Amish-made jelly, new and used furniture, antiques, toys, and a little bit of everything you can think of. Harrisonville's Trade Fair Mall can be your one-stop for everything. Whether it's your first time to Harrisonville or you've been here for years, the Trade Fair is definitely a see-it-to-believe-it type of place right across the street from Sutherland's.
What is your time worth? Think about it the next time you head to the city to spend hours and days shopping for home appliances and to save a few dollars. Instead, drive across town and see Erlene and her staff that's right here for your convenience. You can be in or out in a short amount of time with amazing service, a great product, and they always treat you like family. Located behind Hawthorne Bank on Plaza Drive, so spend all your extra time you saved cheering on the Wildcats. And remember, think Trobies first when you think of home appliances.
When it comes to fast service at a reasonable price, Young's Auto is your place. Whether it's a standard oil change, brake check, or something a little more major, Michelle and William with Young's Auto Repair will make sure you get back on the road quickly with a little change left in your pockets. So if you don't want to break the bank when your vehicle needs service, come to the shop that keeps you rolling down the highway. Young's Auto, right across the street from Young's Tire on South Commercial.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Harrisonville, Missouri. We're on the campus of Harrisonville Middle School Memorial Stadium, just about 10 minutes or so away from our opening kickoff tonight. The Wildcats host the Columbia Battle Spartans, who are 2-1 on the year and ranked number 7 in Class 5 in the state of Missouri. The Wildcats 1-2, took their lumps early in the season, got their first win last week, and are ready to get back in action and get another win here tonight. It's your pregame show brought to you by Sherwood Community Bank, Harrisonville's best spot for you savings and team checking accounts. Stop by one of their 4 locations for details. Gary, it's about game time. You know, a couple keys to the game for me. Number 1, balancing act. And that goes on the offensive side of the ball. They've got to get balance. They have to get balance passing and balance running. One of the things I noticed with looking through the stats, we haven't seen a lot of running from Landon George yet. He's got to mix himself into that running game to make that split back veer, triple option a lot better. And the second part of that is he's got to spread it out to Colby and to Kennedy Atkinson on the outside. He can't just always target Colby or he's going to start drawing a lot of double teams. Now, that's good news for us because we got a great receiver on the other side as well. But bottom line is you got to balance it out.
Well, he can't pick his favorites, and I'm not saying that he's got a favorite, just maybe somebody that he's dealt with in the past. Number two is also he's got to get more comfortable in the pitch. We've had issues in the past. He's had issues in the past regarding the triple option as far as pitching. Sometimes we've even seen him eat it, it seems like, because he was scared right after a mistake to make that pitch. I think as the year goes on, first year, he's going to get more comfortable in that, and I think we're going to see a lot better things from him throughout the year and going on.
Yeah, and I mean that's just one of the many things they got to work on. The other number two to me is less is more. There was less rotations last week. There was more cohesion on both offensive and defensive line. I felt like they were sticking with 5 guys on that offensive line, and it looked like the cohesion was there. They ran for almost 300 yards in the ball game. They've got to be able to do that again tonight.
Yeah, they total offense was around 450 yards. About 325 of that was rushing, and about 125 of that was passing. And I think we saw something last week. You know, in the first half, they only scored 1 touchdown. They had 8 touches. In the second half, it was punt, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Then they fumbled, and then it was on downs. And so I think we saw the second half then begin to get in their rhythm a little bit offensively, which we haven't seen. Some consistency in that. And, you know, obviously last week we had 2 100-yard rushers. Well, Wilson had 133 yards on 18 touches, and Reynolds, these are all unofficial, and Reynolds had 104 yards on 20 touches. So whenever you've got 2 rushes with over 100 yards and you got 325 yards total rushing and almost 450 yards total offense, most of the time you're going to win a ball game.
Key number 3 for me is we all wear pants the same way. They're Class 5. They're a bigger school. They've got a state title. Guess what? You've got 5. They've started a tradition. You've had the tradition. When I talk about you both wear pants the same way, they put their pants on the exact same way you do, there's no reason you can't knock them off tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we know that any given day or any given night, any team is beatable. And I think if we come out and play good, solid, mistake-free football, which we're going to need tonight, playing a good team from Columbia, we have the opportunity to be able to be competitive and obviously win the ball game. We cannot make mistakes. We have got to start. We've got to start a little bit better than we have the last 3 ball games, because you get behind like we have the last 3 ball games, battle's not going to allow us to come back.
You're exactly right. 3A, I was going to talk about this a little bit. Shorten it up. And what I mean is shorten this ball game up. Get some long drives, eat a lot of clock, and it's going to make you more competitive throughout the ball game.
Yeah, the more time you've got on the clock, the less time they have on offense. I think they're going to be more of a kind of a spread offense. They've got a really good quarterbacks committed, I believe, to North Dakota. And he's a senior, but they've also, the backfield is going to be not only him as a senior, but they've got a sophomore and a junior back there as well. So, you know, they're kind of testing the waters from some new folk as well. So let's see how things go, and let's play some ball.
Ready to go? My favorite
Always.
words. What are we getting ready to do, Gary?
What?
Rock and roll. Hey, we all got to have some type of catch line. I guess that's mine. I don't know.
I don't want to take it from you. Now, I did one time, but I don't think I'll do it again.
I need you to say it, though. That'll make it even better. So you've been listening to the Pregame Show, brought to you by Sherwood Community Bank. Harrisonville's the best spot for you. Savings team checking accounts. Stop by one of their 4 locations for details. Member FDIC. And I want to give a quick shout-out to several of our sponsors. Obviously, we'll talk about all of them as the night goes on, but several of our sponsors that stepped up. The PTO just had its annual trash bag rally, and they were getting sales. They were trying to hit 9,000 this year. They had 8,500 last year. Mr. Braxton Grammer sold 100 trash bags. We had set that goal. So all of our family, all of our friends that bought them, Gary, Ron, Jerry, I know they all bought some, but also several of the businesses stepped up. I went into Colby's the other day. I personally didn't go in. I made Braxton go in to Colby's and ask him if he would like some trash bags, and Colby goes, well, I'm glad somebody came in. He goes, I used to sell them every year. I want a case of them. 10 rolls just like that. Braxton was ecstatic. But they did. Sherwood Bank did. Troby's Maytag bought 6 of them. Brad Sainer's office bought a couple of bags. I mean, just up and down the list. The Young's Auto and Young's Tire, they bought some. And I'm probably forgetting something, and I'll think of it as we're going on. But I want to thank them. That's part of what makes our broadcast so special is it's not just friends and family, but it's also our great sponsors. Braxton went in there, and, of course, I mean, I got to say, Braxton is kind of hard to say no to. But I'm going to have to tell some of these people to tell him no next year so he understands that people don't just say yes all the time. But bottom line, I wanted to thank a lot of our sponsors and everybody, you guys, for buying trash bags. We hit our goal of 100, so we were happy about that.
Hey, can't beat that. Before I forget it, hello, Braxton.
I don't know if he's watching yet because Meemaw's at the house, but we'll have to find out a little bit later if they do get the game on. I'm sure I will hear about it if the game is rolling. We're about 4 minutes away. Opening kickoff. The coin toss brought to you by Sherwood Community Bank will be coming up in just a couple of minutes as it's getting ready to go right now. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with more on your pregame show brought to you by Sherwood Community Bank.
It's never too early to teach your little ones about finances and saving money. Sherwood Community Bank has plenty of options available for you to help kids save and learn how to manage money. Savings accounts can be started as soon as one is born to help teach them to save. Once they are behind the wheel, a checking account with free internet banking and a debit card could be there for them to manage their money. Sherwood Community Bank is there for the youngsters. Just ask Braxton.
Go see them at Sherwood's Bank. That's where my account is.
Decisions on the football field must be made in a split second. When buying a home, it is quite the opposite. Let Carol Looney and her staff at American Heritage walk you through the process with ease. They will make sure buying your dream home doesn't become a nightmare. From the first showing until the keys are in your hand, go with the realtors that have called Harrisonville home since 1981. American Heritage Realtors, office located next to Sonic on Commercial, or go see them at americanheritage-realtors.com.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium. Thanks for joining us for the pregame show. It is the coin toss brought to you by Sherwood Community Bank. Keep some extra coins in your pocket. Go see and start a savings account at Sherwood Community Bank. We are ready to play some football here as the Wildcats, and they deferred, I believe. Battle won the toss and has deferred, so the Wildcats will get the ball to start this ball game. Harrisonville is going to go from right to left. Battle will go from left to right. Cats going to be in their home blue tops with black trim, white numbers and white letters. Black pants with the blue trim. Columbia Battle will be in their yellow bottoms, white tops with navy numbers and a gold outline, and the navy helmet as we get ready for football. They're going to go left to right here as they will kick it from left to right, or as Gary likes to point out, from north to south. So the talk is over. The pregame show brought to you by Sherwood Community Bank is over. We're ready for some high school football action. Cats set to receive this one. They're going to get first crack at the defense of the Columbia Battle Spartans as we get ready for action. In the words of Chad Grammer, let's rock and roll.
Who is Chad Grammer?
I do not know. Some days I don't know, honestly, if I'm going to be real honest with you. Jalen Williamson set to kick it off for Columbia Battle. Percival Knowles back to receive it. We await the kick from their own 40. And here comes the battle kick. It's a high end-over-end short kick, and it's going to be taken by Knowles at about the 15 to the 20, 25. Right up the middle, he goes to the 30, 35, up to the 40-yard line. And it'll be Cats in good field position to start things up about their own 40-yard line.
The Harrisonville Wildcats have won 5 state championships since 2003, state runner-up in 2004.
It'll be Cats ball from their own 40-yard line. Landon George.
Wildcats break to the line of scrimmage. First play from the line of scrimmage.
Landon George is going to be under center. Wide receiver to his left, wide receiver to his right. Percival off his right end. He's got Wilson and Reynolds in the backfield, the senior and the freshman. And we're set for action here from their own 40. 11:51 to go first quarter. Comes the first play right up the middle. They're going to go. No, it'll be George keeping it himself into the secondary past the 50 and down to about the 48-yard line, a 12-yard gain to start things off. Gary,
what did you say?
I said he's got to mix himself into those run plays, and he did it right there. Great read on that read action around the side, and the Cats are in business down to the 48-yard line of Battle. Again, George under center. This time they're going to go right up the middle. The ball on the turf, and able to jump forward and dive on it for a gain of 2 was Landon George. Looked like that mesh play right there. You know, it's a dangerous play, and it's a lot of trust between your running back and your quarterback.
You just got to know when to hold and when to fold, basically.
Thank you, Kenny Rogers.
That's right.
Second down and 8. Here we go. Under center is George. 3 wide receiver set look this time, and they're going to go to the delayed handoff to Reynolds, and Reynolds is going to get a couple down to about the 44-yard line. Going to bring up third down and about 6. Like that look, though. They had 2 wide receivers set out to the right side that time.
I don't know if you've noticed, but the receivers, they're covering the receivers tight, so they're not going to be able to release from the line quickly. They're going to have to do some.
So here we go on third down. Under center is George. This time again, he's going to hand it off and keep it himself. Read that one well and keeps his feet churning down to about the 39-yard line. Going to be close to a first down, but I don't think they're going to have it. Going to have fourth down and a yard coming up for the Wildcats. A pretty good opening drive by the Cats. A couple of, plays that you would maybe like to have back at the fumble. You had the kind of misled mesh play, but other than that, looking good so far. Fourth down, Cats going to go for it. 2 wide receivers, your right, 1 to your left. Split backs in the backfield, George under center. And this time they're going to hand it off. And first down and more for that is.
They're trying to take the ball, and they're not tackling.
And good job by Jaden Wilson. He just kept turning his legs. I kind of wanted everybody to watch that and let it play off as he held on to the ball tightly and got it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
15 yards.
15 yards, and 12 of that was with 5 guys trying to strip the ball away from him. So it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Cats down to the 24-yard line, and that is a Trophy's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Here they go, Reynolds, and he tries to eke through a little bit of a hole there, gets a couple of yards. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances.
Anderson, number 6. Gain of 2 yards in the play, second down and 8 coming your way.
So second down and about 8 coming up.
Officials hold the ball at the 22-yard line.
Over to the sideline. Landon George looks. He's got Knowles to the near side, Percival and Atkinson out to his right side, split backs in the backfield. George under center again. Here we go on second down. This time he's going to look to pass. He's got Knowles. He's got his man beat into the corner. No, good defensive recovery by Battle.
Colby Knowles in on the coverage. That's Trayvon Hicks, the junior defensive back.
Hicks with the
third down and 8.
Knock away makes it third down and 8 there. Some athletes on Battle not going to be able to go up and just jump ball it as much as Colby or Kennedy in this game. They're going to have to rely more on route running.
Absolutely. He was with him all the way. Colby did a great job, just couldn't come down with it.
So here we go on third down, sorry. Right up the middle they go. Wilson gets maybe a yard up to the 21. Going to bring up a 4th down for the Wildcats.
So 4th down for the Cat.
Looking at about a 40, probably 38, 39-yard field goal, so you're kind of in no man's land here. Looks like the Cats are going to go for it. 8:35 to go first quarter, no score. Cats just outside of the red zone at the 21 of Battle on 4th down. Here we go. Looking to pass, and another fade route deep. Nowhere to go. And Colby Knowles could not get to it, and Hicks again on the coverage. And that will be Battle's ball now. So a good opening drive, but you want to come away with points on drives like that, Gary.
Yeah, you do. I mean, they got down. That would have been a good one for him to throw a slant because he got the inside route and he threw it on the outside. Unfortunately, just a little bit of a mistake there as far as where they were going to go.
So Battle going to take over here. Jaron Lewis, the quarterback. North Dakota State is where he's going to be going to play football. 2 wide receivers set to the left, 2 to the right. Pistol formation. Back behind him in the backfield is Coleman on 1st and 10 from their own 23. He looks to pass out to the flats. He has it and wrapped up immediately and taken down by Tarwater on the far side. It'll bring us 2nd down and 9. Those are the dangerous plays when you're the only one out there. You don't wrap up. He's going down the sideline for 75-plus yards.
Yes, that is correct.
2nd down and 8. Again, Lewis out of the
So here we go on 2nd down. Lewis, he's got his man. He's going to pitch it out. Cats defense looking to tackle, get him up about the 31, 32-yard line.
That's Dale Sean Coleman, the sophomore running back. He'll be wrapped up at number 47,
Zachary Cheney with the tackle. Going to be close to a first down. Going to say it's a 3rd down. It'll say a 1st down here.
Close to a 1st down.
And it will be a 1st down. So an 8-yard gain by Lewis.
Number 5, Jared Lewis, the senior, out of the
Stacked wide outs on your left and your right for Battle in the pistol formation. Lewis has Coleman behind him. He's going to hand off to Coleman again. Cats right there, Stevenson, and then a couple of others fall on it. Brody Pitts in there for the tackle.
Defensive back number 6 is Brody Pitts, and number 41,
Joshua Pesic as well, the freshman.
Gain of 4 yards in the play, 2nd down and 6.
So brings up 2nd and 6. Lewis and Coleman in the backfield.
Out of the pistol, here we go.
2 wide receivers. They're going to go in motion from left to right. Up the middle, they're going to go with Coleman again, and he got a couple, and then is driven backwards as a convoy of Wildcats take him down.
Pesic with the initial hit there as well.
So here we go on 3rd down and 5.
It's a 2-year contract. Next year, the Cats travel to Columbia.
So 3rd down and 5. Pistol formation. 2 wide receivers your left, 2 to your right. And here we go. Out in the flats, a good grab by the receiver, and then one man to meet, and it was Isaiah Patrick who grabbed him and took him down after. So it'll be a 1st and 10 right at midfield for Battle.
Ball at the 50-yard line, action to take place here on the near side. 6:29 to play in this first quarter from Memorial Stadium.
So we have timeout on the field right now. We had a whistle, thought we had a timeout on the field. 6:29 to go, ball at midfield. They're going to go with 3 wide receivers set out to the left side, 1 to the right.
Whistle blows.
Lewis
Clock rolls.
in the shotgun. He's going to have Coleman next to him in the backfield. Ball from midfield. We have a whistle and a timeout, Harrisonville. They want to tuck it over.
Whistle blown. Timeout call.
So
Wildcats.
timeout for Harrisonville here. They're going to talk it over. We're going to stay right here with it with 6:14 to go here in the first quarter of this one. And does your vehicle need a timeout? Go to Young's Auto Repair and have them check it out right behind the garage on Commercial Street. And Gary, I mean, not a bad start for the Wildcats, giving up a couple yards here and there. Great open field tackle right there by Isaiah Patrick, saving a touchdown as the receiver made a guy miss, and then Isaiah was able to come from behind and tackle him at midfield. It's 1st and 10 coming up at midfield. Offense looked decent. Didn't get any points out of it. Now the defense is going to have to stiffen up here as they've gotten to midfield.
Yeah, I mean, I like a 9-play drive anytime, any day, any given day. We had nine plays, 9 plays, 38 yards in our first drive. And defensively, we're not playing bad. We're playing enthused. The very first play was a good tackle out on the edge. It was just him and the receiver, and he did a good job tackling. So I like what I'm seeing right now. We've just got to continue with it and press. That was not a good throw. It just made a good catch. The receiver made an excellent catch, or it would have been 4th down. They'd have been punting.
Yeah, as he went up behind his head and he was able to haul it in. He would have dropped that. It would have been a 4th down coming up. So 3 wide receivers set to the left side. Lewis going to be in that pistol or shotgun formation. He's going to go shotgun here with Coleman next to him. Wide receiver all alone to the right side. They're going to throw another flat pattern out to the flats, and down the sideline they go to the 30, to the 20, and forced out at about the 15. That's Tavon Miller on the far side, and he got the yardage on the near side earlier. So a little like bubble screen for the wide receivers out there, little wide receiver screen, and takes it for
27 yards.
20 plus, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 down to the 23 of the Wildcats, and they'll flip-flop sides now with 3 wide receivers to your right, 1 to your left, pistol formation with Coleman behind Lewis. Here they go. This time they're going to throw it out in the flats again. Another guy misses. They do so well hide those disguises down inside the 5. Brody Pitts on the tackle of Drew Gillig. So a 1st down and 10, or sorry, 1st and goal. So wide receiver screens killing the Wildcats, and all they're doing is using the other 2 guys as decoys and crisscrossing and taking all the tacklers out of the play. Here they go on pistol. Coleman right up the middle into the end zone for 6. And it is a touchdown for Columbia Battle with 5:44 to go here in the first quarter. And again, that's something, maybe a new wrinkle that Battle is running here tonight. They haven't ran a lot of. That's something that Schenker's so good on the sidelines, Gary, is finding a way to adjust to stuff like that.
Yes, and we see that each game and each year that we're able to adjust both offensively and defensively.
And they're going to go out of one of those wild sets, a la looking like a little screen pass up the middle, try to go for 2 and nowhere to go. And they're going to say he was down short of the goal line as they tried a little inside shovel pass in one of those exotic plays. We're going to take a timeout. Cats trail 6-0. We'll be right back.
No matter how many things you've had on the menu at Applebee's, everyone has their favorite. Whether it's an appetizer sampler, chicken fajita roll-up, or 3-cheese chicken penne with a side of buffalo sauce, you always go back to your favorite. At some point over the years, every Wildcat has had a meal at Applebee's. The next time you head to Applebee's in your Wildcat gear, mention the Wildcat Special and receive a 10% discount. Applebee's of Harrisonville on Rockhaven Road, catty corner to Quick Trip.
Harrisonville's only drive-through coffee shop, Brew Daddy's, next to Commerce on Commercial. You know, one of the things you got to go with on that offensive drive last time, Gary, is the Cats were moving the ball. Gives them a little bit of confidence going into the second drive. They're not like demoralized that they went 3 and out or anything.
Yeah, and other than a couple of those plays on the outside, and I think they'll make some adjustments on those passes to the outside as far as the way they defend those.
And over end kick going to be taken from Percival at the 20, 25-30, cuts back 32 to the 33, and he is taken down. And it'll be Cats ball about their own 33. Tonight's Sonic kick return contestant, I believe we're up to $90 on the season.
They'll have it from their own 37-yard line.
So $80 for tonight's kick return contestant, Brett Jones. And if anybody's heard that name before, that is Brett Jones, the plethora of Wildcat football knowledge. So Percival and Atkinson going to be flanked out to the right side. Near side is Knowles. Split backs in the backfield. Under center will be George. 5:38 to go in the first. Cats down 6-0. And right up the middle they go to Wilson, and he holds on to the ball and keeps on rolling about 7 yards.
Harrisonville Wildcat.
That's a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. Two wide receivers to your left, one to your right. Under center is George in the split back veer formation. And this time he's going to keep it himself as George. He's going to get about 3. Ball goes to the turf, and they're going to say he was down. So he was down before the ball popped out, and that'll bring up a second down. So a break for the Cats there as it goes to the 48 of Battle. Brings up a second down. Really in a veer formation with the 3 wide receiver set. Those split backs in the backfield.
2-yard gain of the play.
2 wide receivers to your right, 1 to your left. Under center is George. And this time he hands off for Wilson, and Wilson a couple of yards. Going to bring up 3rd down and 6 after 2-yard gain. So Cats again in battle territory, but 3rd and 6 yards coming up.
3:54 and rolling up their play in this first quarter.
Quick moving first quarter, 3:45 and counting to go.
There he goes, and here go the Cats.
George goes under center here with a couple of backs in the backfield, split backs in the backfield, 2 wide receivers to your right, 1 to your left. George looking to pass this time. He's going to throw it deep. He's got Atkinson wide open to the 10, to the house. Kennedy Atkinson beat his man, and the Cats tie it up at 6 apiece. Wide open is Kennedy Atkinson over the middle of the field, 5 yards past everybody, and he takes it to the house for 6 and ties this game up at 6 apiece. So Landon George connects for
46-yard TD pass
to Kennedy Atkinson, and he didn't have that crazy air under it as he's had earlier in the year. He just threw the ball. The Johnson kick, it is up. It is good, and the Cats lead 7-6. Extra menu options for the whole family. One stop, Forged by Fire in the Price Chopper Shopping Center. Proud sponsor of every extra point. And don't forget, when your tires touch the pavement, they shouldn't let you down. Go see William at Young's Tire and Wheel Center to check your tires out. We'll be right back after this.
Atkinson Funeral Home and Cremation Service has been serving families in the area since 1929. The Atkinsons take great pride in being members of the community. They will soon graduate a 4th-generation Wildcat. With this kind of commitment to Harrisonville, you know Atkinson Funeral Home will be there for you. As always, they are proud sponsors of the Harrisonville Wildcats.
29 to go here into the first quarter. 46-yard touchdown pass, and the Cats jump out to a 7-6 lead. And Brody Pitts set to kick it off for the Wildcats. Kick off your morning at Harrisonville's only drive-through coffee shop, Brew Daddy's, next to Commerce Bank on Commercial.
And that's what confidence do for you. They came off the game last week, and I think they brought in confidence this week.
So here comes a kick from Pitts. Now it's got to hold over to the defense, and you let them get some confidence. They're going to take it from their own 5. Up they go right up the middle to the 30, 35, 40. On his horse is Miller, and nobody's going to catch him. Touchdown, 95 yards. They answer right back. And Trevon Miller goes right through the Wildcat kick return team.
96-yard kickoff return for the 6. Conversion coming up for the Spartans.
12-7 the score. And right now the man to stop is going to be Tavion Miller, as he has some big yardage in this one. He's got the kick return, and he had 2 big pass receptions on that last drive.
133 all-purpose yards on only 3 touches.
Tyreek Hillish on those numbers. Again, they go with that formation, 3 down linemen right here in the middle of the field with the pistol formation. And now they throw it out to the flats, and nowhere to go. Ball was down, and it makes it 12-7.
They're going to be chasing numbers all night. If we can continue just getting touchdowns and extra points, we're going to be fine.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder if they do not have a good place kicker. I mean, obviously their kickoffs have been a little short, but they've been decent kickoffs. You would think the 20-yard extra point would be just fine. We're getting ready for a kickoff here. 3:15 to go, first quarter, 12-7. Battle with the lead over the Wildcats. Cats took a brief 10-second lead on the 46-yard touchdown, but Battle answers with a 95-yard touchdown kickoff return for a touchdown. And sorry, Brett, we don't give away Sonic gift cards for the opposing teams. Brett probably thought he cashed in right there. But this is a Sonic kick return contestant. 80 yards to Brett Jones if they return a kick for a touchdown. If not, he will receive a $10 Sonic gift card to use whenever. 3:15 to go here, first quarter. Set to kick off Jalen Williamson from his own 40.
Here's the kick.
High end over in kick going to go out of bounds. Cat's
Maybe that's why.
Cat's going to have good field position up to the 35, so they've started with decent field position and been able to move the ball. Chase Grammer made his way here, just kind of sitting back there. You can take, you could take your backpack off and stay a while if you'd like.
Kicked out of bounds.
So it'll be Cats ball from their own 35 here. 3:15 to go, first quarter. 12-7 the score.
For the Wildcats now offensive minute. Action to be here on the near side. 3:15 to play on this first quarter for Memorial. Wildcats offensive minute coming out of the field to play. Spartans defensive minute already there.
Knowles going to be flanked out to the far side. Now they're going to go with that split back veer look.
Double tight.
Double tight on the line. Back off the end split backs. Now Percival going to flank out to the far side as well. 3:15 to go here, first quarter. George is under center. This time he hands off right to the secondary, goes, and on his horse to the 40, to the 30, to the house. Jaden Wilson for the touchdown. And in the words of what I said for Morgan Salamaya a couple years ago, he gone. Right up the middle he goes.
And it's after contact. Both of our running backs have been making yards after contact. If they don't wrap up, they're going to be gone just like that, and I love to see that.
65-yard touchdown run by the senior, Jaden Wilson. And I don't know if it was confidence, what happened, but a light switch flip with Jaden last week, and he's been a different running back since the first two series of last week. Here goes the kick, and it is up. It is no good. So your score with 3:04 to go in the first, 13-12, Wildcats with the lead. Touch of the tires on your pavement shouldn't let you down. Go to Young's Tire and Wheel Center to check out your tires.
Atkinson Funeral Home and Cremation Service has been serving families in the area since 1929. The Atkinsons take great pride in being members of the community. They will soon graduate a fourth-generation Wildcat. With this kind of commitment to Harrisonville, you know Atkinson Funeral Home will be there for you. As always, they are proud sponsors of the Harrisonville Wildcats.
All right, welcome back, Cats. Regain the lead. Let's just keep trading big plays. 3 plays, 3 touchdowns in the last.
About 29 seconds.
We had a kick return for a touchdown.
15 seconds.
Before that, we had a 46-yard touchdown, and then right after that, we had a 65-yard touchdown on the first play.
Okay, 40 seconds. I'm sorry.
Still, three touchdowns in 40 seconds. We got a track meet that's broke out here at Memorial Stadium. 3:04 to go, first quarter. 13-12, Cats with the lead. Let's see if we go a little squib kick here. That's what I'm calling for.
Here's the kick.
Oh, little pooch kick down to about the 35 and knocked down. And that was almost danger zone for Battle right there. That ball pops out. Cats could be in lots of business down there.
Well, and I like that. I mean, they've got some athletes on their field, and so to play your advantages, don't give their athletes a running head start to come against your defense or your kickoff return or your kickoff team.
So they're going to have it about the 35. They're going to call it the 36. Lewis going to be in the pistol formation. He's going to have Coleman behind him in the backfield. Wide receiver to his left, 3 out to his right side. See if they stick to those bubble screens from the wide receivers, and they're going to go right back to it. Out in the flat. Good open field tackle, though, by Carson Crowley. Loss of about 2. They're going to make it 2. We'll see. They're going to say 1. So 1 yard loss, but a good open field tackle. And they're going to have open field tackles like that. They're trying to get their guys out in space with no help out there.
Yeah, he scraped the blocker and was able to get back behind the blocker. And by then, it was just getting him down, and he did a great job.
So pistol again. This time they're going to pitch it back to Coleman. Coleman's got some running room. Cuts to the outside of the 40. Down the sideline to the 50. Past the blocker. Isaiah Patrick chases him down. Hits him, and he's drugged down inside the 40. Tarwater and Patrick on that one down to the 36-yard line. Going to make it the 37. So big plays all over the field here in the first quarter of this one. 2:21 to go. 13-12 our score. So shotgun formation this time with Lewis. He's got Coleman back there. Get a whistle and a timeout on the field. Harrisonville going to call it second timeout. Does your vehicle need a timeout? Go to Young's Auto Repair and have them check it out right behind the garage on Commercial. We'll be right back.
The Harrisonville Square is quickly becoming a shopping destination, and a big reason why is Birdie's Boutique and Antiques at the corner of Lexington and Pearl Street. Birdie's offers a unique combination of fashionable clothing, furniture, accessories, home decor, and gifts. For the ladies in your life, it's the place to take them. With a little bit of everything, they are sure to make you leave with something new. So the next time you want to go shopping, head up to Historic Square and check out Harrisonville's newest hot spot for fashion, Birdie's Boutique and Antiques.
All right, welcome back. 2:15 to go in this track meet at Harrisonville Middle School at Memorial Stadium. 13-12, Wildcats with a lead. But again, Battle knocking on the door with another big chunk of yardage down to the 37-yard line.
Well, and I like the time of possession right now. It is 6 minutes to about 3.5. Their defense stays on the field a lot. It ends up kind of costing a little bit of.
Ask the Missouri Tigers. They've changed it around a lot this year, but in years past, those 30 and 40-second drives were not good on the defense.
Right.
So here we go again, the pistol formation. Coleman behind him, up middle. No, he's going to roll out past Isaiah Patrick all over it, but he still finds his man in the flats and weaving through traffic inside the 30. Carson Crowley with the tackle and Palmer with the catch. It'll be enough for a first down, and Isaiah Patrick just inches away from a big sack right there. Another first down to the 26-yard line, 13-12. And again, looking for 3 wide receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Pistol formation. Coleman has Lewis throws it out in the flats instead, and again, right back he goes to Palmer, and Palmer's going to have another first down to about the 13-yard line. I mean, all they're doing is throwing out the little wide receiver screens. They're just screening the wide receiver to get him some extra yardage, and they're just going back and forth, left and right. That's all they're doing.
Well, we've only got 2 on 3 out there, so when they see that, they're gonna throw that way. It's just like right now, we've got the linebackers kind of out a little bit, but in the past he's been farther in. When you see that, you're going to be able to go for it.
And you can see that the quarterback is going to go that way. Lewis, he's got the end zone for a touchdown. Just kind of weaves through traffic right there out of the shotgun formation. Couldn't find a receiver, so took it in for 6 himself, and it's an 18-13 Battle lead with 1:21 to go here in the first quarter of play. So teams are trading punches here in the first quarter. It's 18-13 now, Battle with the lead. Lewis going to have his kicker behind him, or next to him, I should say. As we wait the extra point, the ball on the turf, and the Cats fall on it. It is 18-13, so a 5-point advantage for Battle with 1:21 to go. We will take a timeout. Your Cats trail by 5. We'll be right back.
It's happened to all of us. Running a few minutes late and not enough time to drive somewhere to get out and go in to get a coffee, tea, latte, or delicious muffin or cinnamon roll. Good news, Brew Daddy's Coffee is now open and boasts Harrisonville's only drive-through coffee shop. Quick, convenient, and delicious is exactly what Brew Daddy's is for you. Opening at 6 a.m. and staying open all afternoon on Fridays to give you that caffeine boost before the game. Brew Daddy's Coffee right next to Commerce Bank on Commercial.
All right, welcome back to Memorial Stadium. 18-13 our score. We're getting ready for a kickoff. Kick off your morning at Harrisonville's only drive-through coffee shop, Brew Daddy's, next to Commerce Bank on Commercial. And I'm going to tell you, I may need a Brew Daddy's after this ball game. As back and forth we go, I may need one by halftime. I'll be wore out.
I may need some more lead from my pencil as far as yards go.
Set to kick it away will be battle here. Jalen Williamson set to kick it off to the Cats. High and over in kick going to be taken at the 10 by Colby Knowles. The 15 to the 20, 25-30. Colby still on his feet to the 35, and the kicker Williamson takes him down up to the 35, but again, good kick return by the Cats. Remember, Sonic kick return contestants, sign up at 4Ts.com or go see Jerry or my Facebook page or the 4Ts Facebook page. You can get your way to 4Ts and sign up for the kick return contest. Goes up $10 per week until we have a kick return for a touchdown, and I'm not real sure. We'll have to talk about what happens if we don't have one all season long. Somebody may have to roll it over to next year.
Under center, and here they go.
Brett Jones is our contestant tonight. 2 wide receivers, 2 to your right, 1 to your left. Split backs in the backfield. George is under center. This time he's looking out to the outside, pitches it to Reynolds, and Reynolds gets to the outside to the 40, 45, and stays on his feet to the 48-yard line. The freshman with a first down. That's a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. So the ball up to the 48-yard line. 47, they're going to mark it.
Another Harrisonville Wildcat. First and 10 for the Blue. Officials wanted the ball.
Wildcats moving the ball here in the first quarter of this one. 2 wide receivers near side, left side, 1 to the right side. Under center is George with the split backs in the backfield. And this time he's going to keep it himself and pitch it back and put it on the turf is the Wildcats, and they're going to return it for a touchdown. Chase Anderson for 6 makes it 24-13. And turnovers bite the Cats again in that option, the pitch. The Cats still not comfortable with that pitch option. And Jaden Wilson, I liked what he was doing there, Gary. He was trying to make a play. You just got to know to fall on those and take your chances the next play. He instead tried to pick it up, then lost it. Football doesn't roll like a regular ball. It can go any number of ways, and it did on Jaden Wilson right there. And that's just one of those mistakes you just got to know to jump on. So 52 seconds to go now. It looks like Williamson going to try the extra point. So Chase Anderson with the fumble return for a touchdown. And the Cats trail 24-13, and this one is blocked.
So the conversion fails.
So 24-13 the score. Cats down 11. But because of all the mixed extra points, Gary, it's still a 2-possession game right now, or a field goal and a touchdown game. So we'll take a timeout. Cats trail by 11.
Teammates on a football field are a must. That's why Cameron Chenoweth of American Family and Lacey Dominick of Shelter Insurance are teaming up to give you options in the insurance market. They know you have choices, and they want to work together like the Wildcat football team to make sure you have the best insurance coverage out there. To see what their team can do for you, call Cameron Chenoweth at 816-380-3996 and Lacey Dominick at 816-380-2700.
All right, welcome back. Kick off your mornings at Harrisonville's only drive-thru coffee shop, Brew Daddy's, next to Commerce on Commercial. If you do not know where Brew Daddy's is after this ball game, you've got some serious problems. 52 seconds ago, Williamson set to kick it from his own 40. 24-13 our score. Cats set to get it. Remember, our Sonic kick return contestant, Brad Jones, will get an $80 gift card if the Cats return it for a kick. If not, he will get a $10 gift card just for participating in our promotion. Right up the middle, he goes 35 to 25 to the 30. So probably worst field position of the night so far for the Wildcats from their own 30, but they've shown they now this is where that moxie comes in. This is where we've talked about that. You got to have short-term memory. You got to go back out there. You've been running the ball. You've been moving the ball. Go out there and just go back to doing what you've been doing, and don't worry that you had a fumble.
Right. It looks like Crowley's going in. I'm not sure if maybe somebody got hurt. Reynolds is on the sidelines, looking like he's got a back issue or something like that. So Crowley's going to, I think, take his place for a while.
So Crowley and Wilson going to be in the backfield. 2 wide receivers left side, 1 to the right side. Under center is George from his own 30, and he's looking to pass. He's rolling out of the pocket, throws on the run, and incomplete near sideline. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 10. Percival, the intended target.
I should say pressure by number 7.
Good coverage out here on the near sideline as Ayers with the cover. Atkinson flanked out to the right side. 2 wide receivers to the left side. In the split backs in the backfield. Crowley and Wilson. And this time they give it to Wilson, and he stays on his feet. Dives forward up to the 35-yard line. See where they mark him. Looks like to the 35, going to be about a 6-yard gain. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 4 after the incompletion on 1st down. Cats going to hurry here. So we have a whistle and a timeout called by Columbia Battle. Does your vehicle need a timeout? Go to Young's Auto Repair and have them check it out right behind the garage on Commercial. We'll be right back.
One of the scariest things to do is to take your car to a mechanic. No reason to be scared when you have the best mechanics around right here in Harrisonville. Colby and the crew at Colby's Car Clinic are all ASE certified mechanics with the latest equipment to keep your vehicle running smoothly year in and year out. Add new tires and being a rough country lifts and accessory dealer, Colby's Car Clinic takes the fear out of getting your car fixed. So give Colby a call at 816-380-3000 or go see them in the big blue building behind O'Reilly's.
See, that didn't take long. Brett Jones out here saying, hey, I should have won that. And everybody doesn't know Brett also, besides being a historian for Harrisonville football, does the spotting for Kevin Thomas inside. 2 wide receivers to your left, 1 to your right.
And did some color for you years.
Yes, he did. 2 to the right, 1 to the left, sorry. And here we go up the middle. And now it'll be George, and George tosses it on the turf. Another fumble by the Wildcats, and flags all over, as it'll be close to midfield.
So, fumble on the play here on the near side. Ball recovered,
and that will end
by the Spartans.
The first quarter.
And a clip, a penalty.
And I'm not real sure with it was kind of strange the way he went forward. I don't know if he was falling weird, but it almost looked like he tried to throw it out to get a couple extra yards or something, and it went shooting out of there. And it'll be a turnover as we will go to second quarter action. So we will take a timeout. The Cats trail 24-13 after 1.
And a wide variety of them at that. The steak for dad, a Boss Burger for your growing boy, and chicken strips for the little one. The next time you need a variety of food with extra options to satisfy everyone in the family, make the one stop to Forged by Fire in the Price Chopper Shopping Center on Commercial.
All right, we're going to get ready for second quarter action. Cats down by 11. And Gary, they're moving the football. Now the mistakes are the turnovers on back-to-back possessions. You cannot give Battle, we talked about that in the pregame show. You cannot give them extra opportunities. They're going to take advantage, and they've already done it here with an 11-point lead and a chance to make it 16, 17, 18 going forward here.
And giving them a short field. I mean, half a football field is a short field, so
the ball at the 40, their own 49-yard line.
Switching sides we go. Fumble recovery by the Spartans. Battle's ball.
We battle close
First
to
and
midfield
10.
here.
From their own 49-yard line. So first play from the line of scrimmage to start this second quarter.
So we'll have Lewis and Coleman in the backfield. So first and 10 coming up. I thought there was a penalty, but I don't know that they marked it off. So
they waved it off.
So they waved off the penalty. So pistol formation here. Looks like they're going to change it up a little bit. Coleman going to have it to the secondary and down to the 40. Good open field tackle by Carson Crowley. But a 10-yard gain and a first down for Battle down to the 41.
Carson Crowley, the junior defensive back, so the chains move. First and 10 for the Spartans.
So 3 wide receivers set out to the far side.
They're going to throw the screen out there again.
And he looks, he looks right out there. No, they're gonna cancel on the screen and go deep. And over the middle, they got their man inside the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Homer again with a big reception down to the 5-yard line. They're gonna mark him at the 7. So kind of looked out like they were gonna do that, and then instead went with a little pass there all the way into the red zone, and a first and goal now from the 8. And here they go. Coleman just going to run it to the corner and nowhere to go. Cats close on that one quickly.
Number 3, Dale Sean Coleman, the ball carrier.
And that was Isaiah Patrick out there. And, that one almost looked like Coleman just thought he was going to jog it into the corner and outrun everybody. And the Cats flashed a little bit of speed on that outside corner. Going to bring up a second down and goal from the 5. 24-13 our score, 11 minutes to go here in the first half. And this time they're going to pitch it the other way for Coleman, and again he's going to get inside the 5 and be wrapped up. Carson Crowley read that one, comes up from a safety position along with Brody Pitts, tackles him down, going to bring up third down and goal. And if there's one spot they've struggled, it's been the short yardage situations close to the goal line. Obviously, most of them on the extra points. But again, here it's a third and short. Lewis, the quarterback, 3 wide receivers to his right, 1 to his left. And this time he's going to go out of the pistol. He has Coleman right behind him in the backfield. And this time, nowhere to go. Yes, he does pass it over for an easy touchdown. Isaiah Patrick was all over it in the backfield, but a good play-action pass to Palmer for the touchdown makes it 30-13, and we still got 10 minutes to go in the first half of this one. So Cats down 17, extra point coming up.
1-point conversion coming. Number 2, Jalen Williamson for the conversion.
Williamson to try to kick it through. The holder is the quarterback, Lewis. Here's the kick. It is up.
Kick is up.
It is good. And it's 31-13. We'll take a timeout. Cats down in this one. We'll be right back.
When you climb in your vehicle with your kids and head to the Wildcat game, you want to be safe. Make sure your tires are safe by visiting William and Michelle's at Young's Tire and Wheel Center. You might not need them today. William can give you a peace of mind by letting you know when you will. If tires are needed, they will get you the best tire on the market and Harrisonville's best tire warranty with free flat repair for life of the tire. So stay safe with new tires from Young's Tire and Wheel Center.
All right, Cats down in this one by 18, 31-13. Difference in this game, 2 turnovers by the Wildcats, Gary. That is, as simple as you can put it.
Yeah, and that was one thing we talked about in the pregame. You cannot make mistakes and get yourself behind. And now, they were keeping it close. They were ahead. And then with the touchdown and then 2 turnovers, 3 touchdowns makes a huge difference.
So from right to left will be this kickoff. Remember to kick off your morning at Harrisonville's only drive-thru coffee shop, Brew Daddy's, next to Commerce on Commercial. Percival and Knowles back at their own 10 to return this one.
Here's the kick.
Little quick kick there. Going to bounce and go out of bounds, and the Cats will have it at their own 35-yard line. 31-13 our score, 10:09 to go here in this first half.
You know, and they've had good starting field position. I mean, their starting field positions have been the 40, the 37, 35, 35, 29 is the worst they've started at, and now again it's the 35. And, you know, they've had the possession as far as 14 minutes. They've had about 8 of that 14 minutes. So, I mean,
we'll see maybe come second half if that starts to wear them down a little bit. Back off the end, George under center, wide receiver left, wide receiver right. Up the middle, they're going to go with Wilson, and he's into the secondary to the 40. He's got a man behind him, the 30, the 20, to the end zone, touchdown. Jaden Wilson, another 65-yard touchdown run by the senior, and the Cats answer back, trail at 31-19.
Well, and that's 159 yards unofficially on 9 carries, and 2 of those are of 130 total. So,
one caveat I did read this week, a brand new defensive coordinator this year for Columbia Battle, came from Park Hill High School, went to Truman State for college, read that article this week. And maybe just trying to get his scheme initiated in there and a little bit of trouble.
Here come the flags.
River Riley to hold it as Johnson set to kick it through.
Number 17, Brandon Johnson for the PAT.
The touch of your tires on the pavement shouldn't let you down. Go to Young's Tire and Wheel Center to check out your tires. So we'll see maybe the Cats adjust here. No, they're going to decline.
Probably take it on the kickoff, maybe.
Offsides on the defense. Penalty was declined.
So River Riley, your holder. Johnson. Brandon Johnson to kick it through here. Extra menu options for the whole family. Make Forged by Fire your one stop for your family. The kick is up and the kick is good. 31-20. Cats cut it back to 11. Now got to get a defensive stop. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back.
5 years gains you that trust. Used car dealers can come and go, but not Steve. Holland Auto Sales, with 3 generations of Hollands graduating from Harrisonville, means he will be here for years to come. So go see the guy who the Grammer family trusts to buy from, Steve Holland with Holland Auto Sales on Commercial Street, just past Burger King.
Hello and welcome back. We're just talking about some high-scoring games up here in the booth, and we got one so far, 51. If you had the under, you're in trouble.
Yeah, but we don't gamble around here in the state of Missouri, okay, Chad?
Missouri.
Excuse me, Missouri.
Come on, you're a Missouri State Highway Patrolman, Gary Davidson. You're supposed to know these things.
I'm Missouri.
You're a Missouri? You're okay. 31-20 our score. We were talking my favorite high-scoring game about 8 years ago. Staley, Lee Summit West, quadruple overtime, 76-70 the final score. I was in the end zone where the winning score took place.
I wonder who was down there with you. Maybe a prior athletic director from here?
Absolutely.
I thought so because wasn't there during the game, but after the game I was.
Ron Dunham was there, yes. We went and we had some connections, so we were in the end zone of that game.
Here's the kick.
Little pooch kick again, taken all the way back at the 35 and then falls down.
29, twist turns, catches the ball, the kickoff return, Dawson Mariotti.
Mariotti drops down. And now this is where, if you're the Cats, you got to pin your ears back, try to get you a turnover, get you a stop at least, so you can get this back to a one-score game. 31-20 your score, still 10 minutes to go in the first half of this one. A lot of football left to be played, Gary.
We could almost make 200 points if we keep this up.
If you're just tuning in, we are playing football, not basketball. 31-20 with 10 minutes to go in the first half. 2 wide receivers to your left, 2 to your right, pistol formation. Lewis going to hand off to Coleman, and the ball on the turf. Oh, there was the opportunity for a turnover, but Coleman able to fall on it. Brings it a second down and 11. So 31-20 the score. Cats down 11.
Yeah, that one mistake that you were wanting, but unfortunately the ball bounced in their favor, not ours.
So 2nd and 11 coming up, 31-20. Cats down. 2 wide receivers to your left, 2 to your right. Pistol formation for Lewis. Has Coleman behind him. And here he goes. He's going to pass. He's got one deep over the middle and underthrows, I should say, his target, going for Miller.
And if I could say, that is, he's throwing 90%. That's the first miss. He's 9 for 10. And I don't know how many yards yet. I haven't counted that up, but it's significantly over 100.
So 3rd and long here. You got to think it's passing situation from their own 33. We'll see 3 wide receivers to your right, 1 to your left. And they're going to go with the option instead. And Lewis now going to pitch it back and throws it on the turf. And this one, backwards he goes inside his own 20.
It results in a fumble. It goes back to the 11-yard line. Number 20,
It's going to be 4th and about Archie for battle here.
long yardage.
And the Cats are going to get the ball back. They got the 3 and out they needed. 31-20 the score, and the Cats going to get the ball back with great field position. Seeing the punt here. It's like Williamson, the punter as well. Good athlete he is. He could possibly take off running for it, but like I said, it's 4th and about Archie, so I don't know if you want to take off and run with it. Bounces and almost hits the Wildcats. Instead, Percival picks it up on the bounce and gets it down to the 49 of Columbia Battle, and that's where the Cats will regain possession. So the Cats have it in Battle territory at the Battle 49, trail at 31-20 with 8:52 to go here in the first half.
Again, good field position, short field for us now because of mistakes and not such a good punt. And so let's see if we can do something with this. This would be a good time to have, a 5-minute drive, 4-minute drive to get their defense a little bit more tired on the other side and take a little bit of time off the clock for Battle.
So wide receiver left, wide receiver right, split backs in the backfield. Under center is George. Has Percival off the end, looking to throw. And he looks off a defender, goes the other way. Up he goes, and there's a scramble for it.
And I think both of them come down with it. It should be ours.
So we'll see here. And it'll be a Wildcat first down inside the 20. So was that Colby that came down with it, or it was Colby? I saw Atkinson coming out. I thought maybe that was him, but so the Cats in business in the red zone. 8:35 to go here first half. 2 wide receivers to your right. Split backs in the backfield. Under center is George. 1st and 10 from the 17, and they're going to hand off for Crowley, and Crowley's going to get a couple down to the 15-yard line. Oh, that was Wilson, sorry. I really need to get glasses or some better contacts. That's a couple times tonight. Been wrong. 8:15 to go here, first half, 31-20. Ball to 15, 2-yard run by Jaden Wilson. Percival and Knowles to the near side. In the backfield is Wilson and Crowley. This time they're going to give it through to Wilson again, and he gets to about the 12-yard line, and he's gang tackled. Going to get about 3 on that one. Going to bring up 3rd and manageable. I like what they're doing in this situation, though. I think they're feeling like you're in 4-down territory regardless. Just chop the wood. 3-4 yards of carry, you'll take that. You're going to get a first down. And, Gary, we haven't seen it yet tonight. Maybe time for a counter.
Could be.
3rd down. Nope. Percival going to be flanked out to the side. We'll see. They can still do a couple things here. And a whistle. Timeout, Harrisonville with 7:24 to go in the first half. Does your vehicle need a timeout? Go to Young's Auto Repair and have them check it out right behind the garage on Commercial Street. William and Michelle will take care of you. 7:24 to go first half. We'll be right back.
When you climb in your vehicle with your kids and head to the Wildcat game, you want to be safe. Make sure your tires are safe by visiting William and Michelle's at Young's Tire and Wheel Center. You might not need them today. William can give you a peace of mind by letting you know when you will. If tires are needed, they will get you the best tire on the market and Harrisonville's best tire warranty with free flat repair for life of the tire. So stay safe with new tires from Young's Tire and Wheel Center.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium on the campus of Harrisonville Middle School in Harrisonville, Missouri. We have got a high-scoring affair here, Gary. 31-20 the score, 7:24 still to go in the first half, 51 points on the board, and the Cats are threatening down at the 12.
Yeah, and I mean, first one was on downs, our series. Next two were touchdowns, fumble, touchdown. Let's get a touchdown here and stay away from the mistakes.
So split backs in the backfield, under center they go. And here we go with Wilson. And he's inside the 10 to about the 9. See where they mark it. It'll be close to a first down, but it's going to be 4th and short here. About a yard short. Going to be 4th down. 7:10 to go in the first half. And I kind of like this drive. They're pounding it a little bit here, keeping that defense out on the field a little. So wide receivers to your left and right, split backs off the end. And here they go, up the middle again, Wilson, and he's got the first down inside the 7 to the 6.
Number 22, Carson Crowley, puts the hat down, grinds his way to about the
Carson Crowley with it. 22-23 out there. So that was Crowley with the first down. It'll be a 1st and goal for the Cats.
And this is what I liked. I wanted a long drive. I wanted a drive, taking up some time, taking up some yardage, and they've got 1st and goal from the 6. They got 4 shots from the 6-yard line to get it in. So the way they've been running the ball, as long as they hold on to it, we're good to go.
So 6:40 to go here, first half. 2 wide receivers to your right, 1 to your left. Wilson and Crowley in the backfield. And this time, looking to pitch. He pitches it back to Crowley. Crowley inside the 5, and then he is cut down. See where they mark it. It looked like he stepped out right about the 5. Going to get a pretty solid spot. Looks like they're going to pull it at about the 4. See where they officially mark it. That was a really good spot. It looked like he stepped out on the 5. He's got it in the 3. So 2nd down and goal at the 3. Cats will take it. Split backs in the backfield. Percival off the end. 6:27 to go here. And up the middle, touchdown Wildcats. Carson Crowley dives in from a couple of yards out. Makes it 31-26. It looks like the Cats are going to try to go for 2 here and make it a 3-point game. And, you know, that's what the crazy thing about missed extra points. It makes both teams start chasing points that are kind of, I don't know at this point in the game that I go for a 2-point conversion here, but that's why I'm up here and I'm not down on the field.
Well, we've got positive yards each time we've been going forward, so it's not a bad.
Then they're going to throw a fade.
Yeah, it's not going to make a difference. He's out of bounds anyway, so.
So the 2-point conversion, no good. The Cats trail 31-26. We will be back right after this.
It's happened to all of us. Our printer out of ink and need an important document printed. In Harrisonville, that can spell disaster. Not any longer, though. Kaleidoscope Digital Services has you covered with inexpensive printing services. No more trips to the city just to get a copy made. And that's not all. Computer on the fritz, they'll take a look. Wi-Fi needed for workspace, and even starting a local gaming community plus new board games to try. Head up to the historic Harrisonville Square and check out Kaleidoscope Digital Services on the corner of Wall and Independence Street.
6:23 to go here, first half, 31-26. Cats to within 5. And we were just talking about it a little bit, Gary. I don't know, early in the game, I go for the 2-point conversion, but when you get a team or when you start having issues where both teams are missing extra points and 2-point conversions, everybody starts chasing points that are kind of magically not really there anyway. With 6:20, you still got 2.5 quarters left to play in this one. Kick off your morning at Harrisonville's only drive-thru coffee shop, Brew Daddies. On a fair catch, ball on the turn. Cats are going to scramble for it, but it will be Columbia battle ball from about their own 34-yard line. You know, and the crazy thing about it, Gary, it's been kind of a sloppy game for as many points as have been out there.
That it has.
So Battle going to have it at their own 34-yard line. Lewis and Coleman. So Lewis and Coleman in the backfield, 3 wide receiver set out to his right, 1 to the near side. They're going to go in the pistol with Coleman behind Lewis. Stands at his own 29, looks to run that option, pitches it back. Good pitch this time to the 40, to the outside to the 45-50, and he cuts back in, still stays on his feet inside the 40 of the Wildcats to about the 39-yard line. Almost 30 yards on that one, takes him all the way down to the 39 of the Wildcats with 6:12 to go. Flip-flop the receivers now. On the far hash, Lewis looks to the sideline. Coleman has it in the backfield. 3 wide receiver set. 2 your left, 1 to your right. Pistol formation. And they're going to throw that screen pass out to their wide receiver. And incomplete, brings up a second down at the 39. And, you know, here's one of those things, you know, Lewis may start slowly getting tired. He's been throwing the ball a lot tonight as well, and he was on target his first 9, and he's missed 2 out of his last 3 now. So 5:54 to go here in the first half. Shotgun formation for Lewis. He's got Coleman next to him. 3 wide receivers out to his left side. And this time he's going to look to hand off. No, he keeps it himself and gets to the outside. Cats drag him down on the far side. Isaiah Patrick having none of it.
Open field tackle on the far side, provided by number 24, the senior linebacker Isaiah Patrick.
Brings up a 3rd down and about 6.
So third down and 6.
So the Cats defense is starting to tighten up a little bit.
It was a good tackle by Isaiah, and again, I like the sportsmanship. After he took him down pretty hard, but I mean, he was kind of in an awkward position anyway. Took him down pretty hard. He helped him back up. I like that.
So 3 wide receivers near side. Pistol formation, Lewis and Coleman in the backfield. Saw something in that lineup of the defense, goes up and tells his offensive line going to change out of it here.
Kind of wonder if it's a bubble screen on this side again.
And that's what he's going to go to. Near side, another high throw, but all kinds of running room inside the 30 to the 25. And you hope, too, you see that on film. He's done that a couple of times. He goes and checks that off. Got to get your guys on the field to know what he's maybe going to be doing, and look at your personnel. Penalty here.
Maybe it's going to be a hold out here on the wing whenever he's trying to defense was trying to get around.
So it won't be a first down. I think
it's going to be the same. It's going to be
the same. Maybe he gained a yard on the whole deal.
So marching south they go from the spot.
So they will gain about a yard on that. So we'll redo 3rd down. Not too many times do you earn a penalty and gain a yard. That's what they did there with the spot foul. But good news, it wasn't a first down. Brings up a 3rd down. A little over 5 for Battle. Lewis comes up to the line of scrimmage, hollers out his play. Going to go with the pistol formation. Coleman behind him, and Lewis looks to throw. He's got his man downfield and incomplete. They wanted a flag, nothing called. And, you know, they've been letting them both ways do the hand checking. You remember those throws into the end zone for Colby Knowles. We got a whistle and a timeout on 4th down. We got a big 4th down coming up. Does your vehicle need a timeout? Go to Young's Auto Repair and have them check it out right behind the garage on Commercial. 4:52 to go here into this one. Cats trying to get a stop in their own, or deep in their territory is Battle. And, Gary, I'll tell you, it's a big time in the ball game right here. As you've been chasing some points, you can get a stop here and get points on the board before half. You got to feel good about your chances in the second half, the way your offense has been going and wearing on them.
Oh, yeah, and, I mean, obviously Battle thinks they can get a first down here. They wouldn't be going for 4th. Probably, you know, what are they going to lose? I mean, you can't punt. If you punt the ball, you're not going to gain much anyway. So, I mean, I can understand Battle's decision to do this, but you stop them. We've got confidence. I've not seen this confidence all year except the second half of last week. We've got confidence that we can play defense against a Class 5 team, and we can play offense against them.
And they go with a lot of misdirection, a lot of disguising. Watch the football and take care of business here and see what they're going to do. They go 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Lewis scans the defense to see if there's anywhere he likes. Going to be in the pistol, has Coleman behind him. And here we go on 4th down. They're looking to throw and getting chased out of the pocket, running for his life, and he chucks it deep downfield, wide open. Tarwater missed coverage there, and a touchdown for Battle. Palmer with another touchdown, and that's what a scrambling quarterback can do. You start forgetting about everybody else out on the field and you start wanting to chase him. That's what happened right there. Tarwater kind of cheated off of Palmer right there, and Palmer burned him deep.
Yes.
And a good quarterback's going to find those open targets, and Lewis did it right there. So 37-26 the score, 4:42 to go here in the first half. Williamson tries the extra point, 11-point game here. High snap, kick is up, kick is good. And our score, 38-26, 4:42 to go here in the half. We'll be right back.
Thank you, Kansas City, for making us the fastest growing Ford dealership in the Midwest. As a show of our appreciation, we are continuing You Pay What We Pay sales event. That's right. Going on right now, you pay what we pay on any new Ford on our lot. All invoices are clearly displayed. The highest trade-in values and the best financing ever are going on right now at Max Ford of Harrisonville. The lowest prices and a hassle-free shopping environment makes us the easiest place to buy a car. Max Ford of Harrisonville at the I-49 and 291 exit or anytime at maxford.com.
4:42 to go here in the half. Kick off your morning at Harrisonville's only drive-through coffee shop, Brew Daddy's, next to Commerce Bank on Commercial. Gary, you could probably talk about Brew Daddy's next to Commerce on Commercial as many times as you've heard it tonight. You probably know it by heart now as well.
Yeah, but I'll let you continue to do that commercial.
So 4:42 to go here, first half. Cats down by 12, but they've been able, as you said the last time, Gary, they've been able to move the ball at will, so to speak, against Battle. They just got to get some more stops.
Sure.
And a good quarterback makes it look like a little bit of, makes it look a little different than it actually is, I think, out there. Noel's going to take it from his own 15. He muffs that one, picks it up, dusts it off, picks it back, goes to the 25, and on his feet, up and thrown to the 30-yard line. So still made something out of nothing. That is a Sonic kick return contestant. Great insurance coverage, like on that kick. Go see our friend Brad Sainer with Farmers Insurance in the A-frame on Commercial across from Casey's. Farmers has been there, covered that. So our kick return contestant tonight is Mr. Brett Jones. And there is an injured player on the field for Battle over near sideline on the 20-yard line. So we have an injury timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Cats trail by 12.
Salon 114 on the historic Harrisonville Square is happy to sponsor this year's Spirit Spotlight, which highlights a different Wildcat cheerleader who has excelled on the team each week. While the stylists at Salon 114 are extremely busy, they are excited to announce the addition of a full-spectrum infrared sauna. This new addition is available to anyone and comes with an array of health benefits. Sessions are available with flexible times and by the minute. That makes now the time to call at 816-651-3722.
Welcome back. We have 4:34 to go here in the first half of this one. Your score 38-26.
And speaking of Brew Daddies, they may need to open at midnight tonight when this game's over because I may need a little bit before we get finished, the way things are going here.
Yeah, we may need to call the owners of Brew Daddies and tell them to open back up, maybe
deliver.
Maybe they could deliver, exactly. 4:34 to go here in the first half. 38-26 our score. Split backs in the backfield. Wide receiver left, wide receiver right. Still have yet to see Jace Reynolds back out on the field after an injury. And here we go. Wilson going to take it right up the middle, gets a couple.
And off straight up to the middle.
Brings
Number
up
23,
a
Jaden
second
Wilson.
down and about 8 for the Cats. So another Wilson carry
Tackle number 6,
with
Jason
4:24 to go.
the senior defensive lineman for his Spartans.
So 4:18 to go in the first half. 38-26. If you're the Cats, nice 4.5-minute drive right here and get you in the end zone going into halftime.
Action remains here on the near side. George under center.
We got Percival off the end here, split backs in the backfield. And looking to throw is George. He's still looking, throws it up for grabs and intercepted at about the 45-yard line.
Number 3, Colby Knowles.
And that's one of those
Number 33, Aaron Banks.
air-mailed passes that he has struggled with this year at times. The ball to Kennedy Atkinson was a perfect throw. You got it on a line, and that's something he's going to learn. He wasn't a quarterback growing up. He's kind of molded into a quarterback, and he's got to learn those touch throws. You know, he's got to learn when to touch and when to throw it hard and when to put it in a spot, and he hasn't been able to figure that quite out yet. And Battle, again, a chance to push this out to a 17, 18-point lead. 2 wide receivers to your right, 1 to your left. Shotgun formation, Lewis and Coleman in the backfield. 3:55 to go in the first half. 38-26 our score. And they're going to fake it to Coleman. And chased out of the pocket is Lewis, almost chased down, and he throws it on the run. Incomplete. Colin Carruthers, the sophomore, just about had his first varsity sack. He is mad as can be at himself on that one.
Tonight's winning number on the Commerce Bank halftime kick for cash is slowly 984-1103.
On that, I was going to say on that pass, the gain to yard. Finally, the side judge had him come back and respot it.
So 2 wide receivers out to the far side, 1 near side. Pistol formation. Lewis has Coleman behind him on second down. And this time he's going to hand off to Coleman, and Coleman into the secondary and breaks free to the 40, cuts back at the 35-30, down the sideline inside the 25. And another big chunk of yardage. And brings up a 1st and 10 down to the 22-yard line.
That puts him over 100 yards.
Watch for bubble screen out to the near side here. As again, you got that 3 for 2. Lewis goes up to the line of scrimmage, pulls back, has a pistol formation, 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the right. And this time they're going to go Coleman up the middle again. And this time the Cats are there to wrap him up and take him down. Colin Carruthers, as well as there's a Cat on the ground.
On the stop, number 40, Colin Carruthers, the sophomore linebacker.
Not sure who that is.
$83.
So Miles Jennings on the turf right now. So 2nd down and 9 coming up. It's like an extra bank of lights when that Cass Regional Medical Center comes up on the scoreboard over there. So 3:31 to go here first half. It's a 12-point contest. Back and forth we've gone. Cats had it back to within a possession game and had a chance to get a stop on a 4th down, and instead it was a touchdown for Battle. And now they're chasing again. If they can get another one, they can push it back out to 18, as which they had it a little bit ago. So back and forth we go, 3:31 to go here in the first half. Still in the first half of this one with the 38-26 score.
Boy, it feels like it's a lot later than 8:14.
It has been a back and forth battle here. And we still got 3:31 to go. Roll down some scores. Lee Summit North and Park Hill, you knew that was going to be a good one. 14-14 the score there. Rockhurst 28-0 over Blue Springs South. Lee Summit West over Rock Bridge 21-7. The same Rock Bridge that just beat Battle last week by 20+. So 3rd down coming up for Battle from about the 22-yard line.
So back to the contest, 3rd down and 9.
So 3rd and 9 coming up for the Spartans of Battle. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Gonna watch the back back off the end here, number 4.
2nd and 9.
Palmer, and he's burnt them a couple of times. So watch him across the seam. And this time, Lewis pitches it back to Coleman, and Coleman inside the 15 down to the 10.
On the option play.
Looks like he's going to have enough for a first down. Going to bring up a 1st and 10 from about the 11. And, you know, really right now, the difference you're seeing in this game is the speed at the skill positions for Columbia Battle as opposed to the Wildcats. Not saying the Wildcats don't have some speed out there, but, I mean, it goes deep. 4, 5, 6, 7 guys that can run very quickly for Battle. And you got 1,500 students, it's a little bit of a difference. And Coleman going to take it inside the 5 and dive into the end zone for 6.
Touchdown for the Spartans. 10-yard touchdown run by Dale Sean Coleman, the sophomore.
Isaiah Patrick comes up limping a little bit. You don't like to see that for sure. Maybe just mad at himself as he was beating the turf there. It is a touchdown, and it's 44-26 with 2:59 to go here in the half. Well on our way to 100 combined points between these two. Right now, we're at 70. Kick is down, kick is up, kick is good, and it's 45-26. We'll take a timeout, catch trail in this one.
It's never too early to teach your little ones about finances and saving money. Sherwood Community Bank has plenty of options available for you to help kids save and learn how to manage money. Savings accounts can be started as soon as one is born to help teach them to save. Once they are behind the wheel, a checking account with free internet banking and a debit card could be there for them to manage their money. Sherwood Community Bank is there for the youngsters. Just ask Braxton.
Go see them at Sherwood's Bank. That's where my account is.
2:59 to go here in the first half of this one. Jace Reynolds on the bench right down there out of his pads, so may not see him again tonight. Cat's going to get this kick return. Kick off your mornings at Harrisonville's only drive-through coffee shop, Brew Daddy's, next to Commerce Bank on Commercial.
Would you give them a call? I think I'm going to need it. Been a long day.
2:59 to go first half, 45-26. Cats set to get the ball back. Williamson set to kick it off. Cats stand at their own 10. It is Percival and Knowles back deep for the Wildcats. High end over end kick, and Knowles going to take it at the 15 to 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, dives forward. I bet every time.
And I figured there was a flag going to come in. He came in a little bit late on that one, so we're going to get an extra 15 on top of everything else.
Every time we get those distance returns, I know Brett Jones dances around a little bit inside on those Sonic kick return contest. It is up to $80 if the Wildcats can return a kick for a touchdown. Brett Jones will win an $80 Sonic gift card. If not, he'll get $10 just for participating in the promotion. Go to 4Ts.com to sign up, or go to our Facebook page and find your way to 4Ts to sign up for that. 2:52 to go here in the first half. 45-26. Cats down in this one. Holes in your insurance coverage on that kick return? Go see Brad Sainer with Farmers Insurance in the A-frame on Commercial across from Casey's. Farmers has been there and covered that. So the Cats will have it in business. The 43 of Battle.
With 2:52 left to play in this first half. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats in their offensive inning. George Henderson center.
So 2:52 to go.
Halftime score of 35-45 would not be bad at all.
So here we go. Under center, and they're going to hand off on the near side for Crowley. He's going to get a couple.
Carson Crowley, the ball carrier.
See where they mark it. Actually going to be at the line of scrimmage, going to bring up second down and 10. So, yeah, if the Cats could get into the 30s here before the half.
George under center.
Wide receiver left, wide receiver right, Percival off the end. George under center. And this time they give it to Wilson, and Wilson's into the secondary, down to the 30, into the 20, on his feet to the 15, just churning his legs. Jaden Wilson with another big run, puts the Cats in the red zone down to the 15-yard line.
Not before the change move, not before that'll be good enough for yet another Harrisonville Wildcat.
So another big chunk of yardage for Mr. Jaden Wilson. He is running back and forth, and that is at Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. First down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. And here we go. This time again, Wilson cuts into the secondary, to the 10, to the 5, to the house. Jaden Wilson, his third touchdown of the night. And there is no flags on the field. The Wildcats pull it to a 45-32 contest.
And that is 212 yards on 15 carries, and we're not even through the first half yet.
I'm going to have to get Brett Jones out here and find out what the school record for yards in a game is. Jerry may know this because he was probably coaching at the time. I'm going to say Derek Nida maybe would be my first guess. 45-32, the score, 1:56 to go here.
Well, you've also got a quarterback back then that Sean Ransburg that got quite a few yards as well. So
kick is up, kick is good. Cats cut it to 12. The touch of your tires on the pavement shouldn't let you down. Go to Young's Tire and Wheel Center to check out your tires. Proud sponsor of every Wildcat touchdown all season long. And when we talk about extra points, we talk about extra fruit options, and that is our friends at Forged by Fire. The extra menu options for the whole family make it your one stop for food any night of the week. 45-33 our score, 1:56 to go here in the first half of this one. I want to thank all of our great sponsors: Applebee's, Atkinson Funeral Home, Birdie's, Brew Daddies, American Family and Shelter Insurance, Cameron Chenoweth and Lacey Dominic, Colby's, Forged by Fire, The Garage, Holland Auto Sales, Young's Tire, Young's Auto, Kaleidoscope, Max Motors, Salon 114, Sherwood Community Bank, Show Me Auto Mall, South Cass County Tribune, Stafford and Stafford Insurance, Trade Fair, Troby's, and Young's Auto.
And the kickoff by Johnson, another squib kick over here.
To the 30, taken by the up guy and up to about the 38. And a good hit by Carson Crowley as he lays some wood. Also Stevenson, Hagen Stevenson in there on the tackle. With 1:48 to go in the half, the Cats trail 45-33 in this one.
So first and 10 for the Spartans. 1:40 and rolling.
My son just pulled up a Snapchat and said 12-7 battle. Those folks are a little bit behind. We got another 60 points on the board here.
They're running the clock, and as the announcer said, 1:40 and rolling, and there should have been stopped after the kickoff return. So I'm sure they're going to have to put some time on the clock.
So under 2 to go here in the first half. Cats lead 45-33. Gary stepped in there as I was talking about all of our great sponsors. But we have great sponsors. They're the ones that allow us to get these broadcasts on the air each and every week. We want to thank all of them. Without them, we would not have a broadcast.
Big relate to the box on a reset.
So 45-33, this would be a great time to step in front of one and get you a pick six, get you within a score before half. I mean, I just want some more points on the board. I mean, we got 45-33 our score here. We have 78 points in the first half of this one. They're going to throw that little bubble screen out here, and the Cats chase it down. Isaiah Patrick doesn't look like he has any ill effects from earlier, as he just a missile chasing down defenders. Brings up a second down and about 7 for Battle from their own 40-yard line. 1:30 to go here in the half. 3 wide receivers near side, 1 to the right, pistol formation. They're going to pitch it back to Coleman. Coleman's got running room, and he gets into the secondary, and down the sideline he goes to the 30, to the 20, 1 man to beat, and he gets in the end zone. And it's 51-33.
And he is almost at 200 yards.
So 1:11 to go in the half, 51-33 our score. Folks, we may see 70 or 80 points on the board tonight, the way this one is going. Cats could easily answer back. They've scored quickly several times tonight. So 1:11 to go, 51-33. Got to give a shout out to Phil Rogers, who his son Brody plays on the team. The kick is up, and the kick is barely through, makes it 52-33. But Phil is at homecoming, I believe, for Sherwood tonight, as he is an administrator at the Sherwood School District. So wasn't able to make it to Brody's game tonight, but I know he is watching and listening along to this one. And it's a 52-33 score here with 1:11 to go. I've even got to stop from taking some timeouts because I got to give Jerry a break back here. We're running him rampant. So 1:11 to go here in the first half. 52-33 the score. Cats down 19.
I'm running out of paper.
You better find some more at halftime. You're going to may have to go to a second stat sheet and just have a first and second half stat sheet.
That would be a first, but as long as we end up on the top end of that, I don't mind.
So 1:11 to go here, first half. Cats have scored in bunches. And you know the difference in this ball game right now, Gary, is the turnovers. You had the 2 fumbles, you had the interception, and that's the difference on the scoreboard into this one. And you mix in the turnover on downs as well, and the Cats are right there in it. You know, a lot of positives to come out of this one that I've seen so far in the first half, though. So we'll talk about that a little bit, a little pooch kick. And we take him by the back for the Cats Tarwater to the 35 to the 40. He's going to go down. So 60 yards in about 1 minute and 6 seconds. Plenty of time for the Wildcats. And I'll tell you, when I was in high school, date myself a little bit, back in the early 90s to mid-90s.
That's when I was in high school as well, but anyway, go ahead.
I'm going to call you a fibber. But 1:06 to go here in the first half. 1:06 to go in any half or quarter or end of a game in 95. You were like, oh, my gosh.
It's over.
It's over. We don't have enough time. Now 1 minute 6 in a football game is like 4 possessions. Just ask us. It's 52-33. All right, under center is going to be George. Pistol or split backs in the backfield. Wide receiver left, wide receiver right. They're going to go right up the middle for Wilson, and Wilson gets up to the 46, 47-yard line. Warsaw leading Sherwood 48-6 in that ball game. And hurry up for the Cats, back under center. Second down coming up. And George this time going to hand it off and out to the outside and cut back into Battle territory down to some good action on the near side. Kennedy Atkinson blocking his man down the field here. Trayvon Hicks, 1st and 10 for the Cats with 40 seconds to go. Under center at their 45 of Battle. Here we go, and they're going to look to pass, and chased out of the pocket is George, and he's going to go down in a heap. Cats are out of timeouts, though, with 27 seconds, so they're going to have to hurry back to the line of scrimmage. They have to kick off at halftime. So 20 seconds to go, second down. So George going to come up, 15 seconds to go here in the half. And he's looking to throw again. Little crossing pattern. He's got his man incomplete with 5 seconds to go.
Third down and 15.
So third down from midfield. 52-33, Cats are down in this one.
You really don't want to throw this one up with the speed some of their probably backfield their backs have. You want to be a good conservative pass and let our guys make the rest out of it.
Maybe a delay screen pass to one of your running backs out of the backfield.
There's the counter.
And Percival's got some running room. Clock rolls out, and he is chased down. He had the running room, but he started running east to west instead of north to south, and they cut him down quickly, and that'll end the half. So we go into halftime. Cats down 19. We've had all kinds of offense. We'll take a timeout after this.
When you want all the latest news about the Wildcats, turn to the South Cass Tribune, a large sports section, honor rolls, robotics, and even news and notes from all 6 Harrisonville campuses. They are sure to have you covered. They are happy to say the Wildcats are their hometown team. Find the Tribune around town at various establishments or get a subscription delivered right to your mailbox. Keep up with everything each week in the South Cass Tribune, Harrisonville's home news source. A strong starting lineup is a key to a great team. Insurance is no different, and Stafford & Stafford Insurance has the best lineup in town. With personal, commercial, health, life, farm, and crop insurance, they have you covered. 40-plus employees are there for you to find the best rates, walk you through claims, and make sure they are there for every step of the way. So if you're looking for a full-service insurance company with a strong starting lineup, go see the folks over at Stafford & Stafford Insurance on Commercial Street, across from Holland Auto Sales.
You need multiple things for a project at home but don't want to go all over the city to find it? You need to go see Tom and Lonnie Cook at the 38,000 square foot Trade Fair Mall. Over 200 booths with Amish-made jelly, new and used furniture, antiques, toys, and a little bit of everything you can think of. Harrisonville's Trade Fair Mall can be your one-stop for everything. Whether it's your first time to Harrisonville or you've been here for years, the Trade Fair is definitely a see-it-to-believe-it type of place right across the street from Sutherland's.
What is your time worth? Think about it the next time you head to the city to spend hours and days shopping for home appliances and to save a few dollars. Instead, drive across town and see Erlene and her staff that's right here for your convenience. You can be in or out in a short amount of time with amazing service, a great product, and they always treat you like family. Located behind Hawthorne Bank on Plaza Drive, so spend all your extra time you saved cheering on the Wildcats. And remember, think Troby's first when you think of home appliances.
When it comes to fast service at a reasonable price, Young's Auto is your place. Whether it's a standard oil change, brake check, or something a little more major, Michelle and William with Young's Auto Repair will make sure you get back on the road quickly with a little change left in your pockets. So if you don't want to break the bank when your vehicle needs service, come to the shop that keeps you rolling down the highway. Young's Auto, right across the street from Young's Tire on South Commercial.
Decisions on the football field must be made in a split second. When buying a home, it is quite the opposite. Let Carol Looney and her staff at American Heritage walk you through the process with ease. They will make sure buying your dream home doesn't become a nightmare. From the first showing until the keys are in your hand, go with the realtors that have called Harrisonville home since 1981. American Heritage Realtors, office located next to Sonic on Commercial, or go see them at americanheritage-realtors.com.
No matter how many things you've had on the menu at Applebee's, everyone has their favorite. Whether it's an appetizer sampler, chicken fajita roll-up, or 3-cheese chicken penne with a side of buffalo sauce, you always go back to your favorite. At some point over the years, every Wildcat has had a meal at Applebee's. The next time you head to Applebee's in your Wildcat gear, mention the Wildcat Special and receive a 10% discount. Applebee's of Harrisonville on Rockhaven Road, catty corner to Quick Trip. No matter how many things you've had on the menu at Applebee's, everyone has their favorite, whether it's an appetizer. Atkinson Funeral Home and Cremation Service has been serving families in the area since 1929. The Atkinsons take great pride in being members of the community. They will soon graduate a fourth-generation Wildcat. With this kind of commitment to Harrisonville, you know Atkinson Funeral Home will be there for you. As always, they are proud sponsors of the Harrisonville Wildcats.
The Harrisonville Square is quickly becoming a shopping destination, and a big reason why is Bertie's Boutique and Antiques at the corner of Lexington and Pearl Street. Bertie's offers a unique combination of fashionable clothing, furniture, accessories, home decor, and gifts. For the ladies in your life, it's the place to take them. With a little bit of everything, they are sure to make you leave with something new. So the next time you want to go shopping, head up to Historic Square and check out Harrisonville's newest hot spot for fashion, Bertie's Boutique and Antiques.
All right, welcome back. Our score at the half, the Wildcats trail it 52-33, our score. As we're looking and feverishly, I've got Brett Jones, the historian of Harrisonville football, going through and trying to find us some games with more points overall in a game. Now, I do know 118-2 was the final score in 1928, Harrisonville over Nevada. So that was a good one for us. Right now, we've given up 50 in the first half. But, again, you know, Harrisonville's scoring some points here tonight, and the difference in the game so far is turnovers.
Yeah, in the last four quarters, we've scored points. And you're right. Other than turning it over, I mean, and I don't know how many possessions we had. I didn't count them up. But the first one, we went out on downs after a 9-play drive, which was a good drive. We had touchdown, fumble, touchdown, interception, touchdown, and then half. So, I mean, you got to like what you see. We've racked up 293 yards rushing, a 200-yard rusher in Wilson, and then George, as you talked about, he needs to run a little bit more. He's got 32 yards, which is good, and you know, some negative yards because of a sack and stuff like that. We've also got 70 yards passing, with a total of 371 yards. Out of 24 minutes, we've had it about 13 and a half minutes. So we'll see how their defense reacts in the third and especially in the fourth quarter, because they got some big boys up front, and we have been able to make the plays off tackle and stuff. So we'll see how they can counter to that. Now, on the same token, they've got a total of 516 all-purpose yards, 381 yards from offense, 210 from rushing, and 171 from passing. And leading the way, obviously, is number 3 Coleman with 192 yards. I could go down the scoring, but there's really no use. I'll just say that Atkinson scored a touchdown, Wilson has scored 3, and Crowley has scored 1. So that is the scoring. And we've made extra points in 3 of the 5 times, which gives us 33 points. And then obviously them with 52.
Well, and you know, we're listening to the halftime show right now, brought to you by Kaleidoscope Digital Services. Harrisonville Square is your one-stop for printing, computer service, Wi-Fi, and gaming. Go see Harrisonville's best computer solutions at Kaleidoscope Digital Services. And Gary, yeah, I mean, you take the turnovers out, and it's a totally different ball game. And I don't, you know, we talk about the 50-plus points they've put up. They have speed at every skill position, and their speed is showing against ours. And nothing to hang your hat on. It's not as if it's a 55-0 ball game. You're scoring points as well. And against a Class 5 defense, Jaden Wilson's over 200 yards. So there's plenty of positives out of that first half. The one big, ugly negative is your turnovers, and that's been hurting the Wildcats all year. If you want to look at another positive, you talked about it with the time of possession. Third quarter is when the Cats took over against Blue Valley Northwest last week.
And they then, in the fourth quarter, it was their ball game totally at that point in time.
So we'll see if, you know, history repeats itself this week. They're going to have to get some stops on that speedy offensive battle and then try to get in the end zone themselves.
Yeah, one thing I forgot to add into ours was our all-purpose yards, which our all-purpose yards with kickoff returns puts us as well over 500 yards. So both teams have over 500 yards total from offense and kick returns and so on, so all-purpose yards. So you got over 1,000 yards already in one half from two teams, and you have a total of 85 points scored. Does it continue?
That's what you wonder. You're like, well, if you go to the second half, it's going to be 110-66 your final score. It never plays out that way. And for the Wildcats would take, a 20-6 game in the second half their way. They still don't have enough points on the board.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
You would like to see less scoring in the second half if you're the Wildcats, but you've got to be scoring quite a bit yourselves just to get over that 50 mark. You're at 33. You figure 33 is going to win you a lot of football games, and tonight it's not going to do that.
Well, last week there was 3 touchdowns that were scored in like 3 plays or less for us. Tonight, the same way. On our touchdowns, the first one was 5 plays, the second one was 1 play, the third one was 1 play, the fourth one was 7 plays. That was the biggest drive we had as far as touchdowns, and then the last one was 3 plays. So really, from our standpoint, you want to have those 8, 10, 15 play drives to eat up clock. That slows the clock down, or the points down, and also brings it back into your favor, in my opinion, against a team like this.
You're exactly right. We'll just see how the adjustments go at halftime. We got about 10 minutes before we get to second half action. Battle elected to stay out here instead of going back all the way to the locker room. Maybe a sign that, hey, let's not waste any more energy we need as we've been running up and down the field. Let's switch gears real quick from football to football. And the Wildcat soccer team continues its winning ways. The Soccer Seconds brought to you by Schroeder Chiropractic. It's proud to update on the Wildcat soccer team's progress. Schroeder Chiropractic, they got your back. Cats went 2-0 this last week with wins over St. Pius, the 10th out of Kansas City, 5-1 to improve to 4-2, and then they turned it around with a victory over conference foe Odessa, 6-0 to move to 3-0 in the MRVC and 5-2 overall on the year, 5-2-1. And those are your Soccer Seconds, brought to you by Schroeder Chiropractic. They always got your back. So your score at the half, the Wildcats trail at 52-33 in this one. Kaleidoscope Digital Services halftime show coming your way right now. We'll take another timeout. We'll be back after this.
It's happened to all of us, running a few minutes late and not enough time to drive somewhere to get out and go in to get a coffee, tea, latte, or delicious muffin or cinnamon roll. Good news, Brew Daddy's Coffee is now open and boasts Harrisonville's only drive-through coffee shop. Quick, convenient, and delicious is exactly what Brew Daddy's is for you. Opening at 6 a.m. and staying open all afternoon on Fridays to give you that caffeine boost before the game. Brew Daddy's Coffee right next to Commerce Bank on Commercial.
Teammates on a football field are a must. That's why Cameron Chenoweth of American Family and Lacey Dominick of Shelter Insurance are teaming up to give you options in the insurance market. They know you have choices, and they want to work together like the Wildcat football team to make sure you have the best insurance coverage out there. To see what their team can do for you, call Cameron Chenoweth at 816-380-3996 and Lacey Dominick at 816-380-2700. One of the scariest things to do is to take your car to a mechanic. No reason to be scared when you have the best mechanics around right here in Harrisonville. Colby and the crew at Colby's Car Clinic are all ASE certified mechanics with the latest equipment to keep your vehicle running smoothly year in and year out. Add new tires and being a rough country lifts and accessory dealer, Colby's Car Clinic takes the fear out of getting your car fixed. So give Colby a call at 816-380-3000 or go see them in the big blue building behind O'Reilly's. It's 6 p.m. and your family is discussing what to eat for dinner. We've all been there. Everyone wants something different. So make it simple. Go to Forged by a Fire in Harrisonville for a little bit of everything. Salads for mom, and a wide variety of them at that. The steak for dad, a boss burger for your growing boy, and chicken strips for the little one. The next time you need a variety of food with extra options to satisfy everyone in the family, make the one stop to Forged by Fire in the Price Chopper Shopping Center on Commercial.
Everybody has that one friend's house they love to go to with cool decorations and a relaxed environment. The Garage Burgers in Harrisonville is like your friend's house, an amazingly fun place with names of all of its visitors adorning the walls with old racing gear throughout. Make it your place to go next time you want a fun and terrific dinner. With 20-plus burgers, amazing appetizers, and ice-cold drinks, the Garage is your stop for fun and excitement. Now open late on Fridays. The Garage Burgers on Commercial across from Young's Tire.
All right, welcome back to your Kaleidoscope Digital Services halftime show. Wildcats trail 52-33 at the half of this one. A back-and-forth battle it has been. Time for our Spirit Spotlight, brought to you by Salon 114 and Birdie's Boutique and Antiques, both on the historic square and both proud to bring you the Spirit Spotlight. Two Spirit Spotlights tonight. We have Lainey Anderson, daughter of Chad and Amy Kelly and Mike and Kim Anderson. This is Lainey's third year as an HHS cheerleader. Her favorite thing about cheerleading is meeting new upcoming cheerleaders and teaching them how to be a cheerleader. Her favorite teacher is Mrs. Kump. She loves her so much that she has taught her so much and wants to say thank you for that. Lainey's coaches love how coachable and honest Lainey is. She is reliable and hardworking and is an amazing addition to this year's team. As a flyer, base, or back spot, Lainey's teammates trust her 100% of the time. She makes our team complete. And in game 4, it's Maisie Sudarski. I'm probably going to mispronounce that, but hopefully I got it right. I know Maisie, the first name. She is the daughter of John and Mickey Sudarski. This is Macy's third year as a HHS cheerleader. Her favorite thing about cheerleading is being able to stunt and work as a team. Her favorite teacher is Mrs. Kump. Not only is she an amazing teacher, but she is an amazing person. Maisie's coaches love her spirit and energy. Maisie is always in a good mood and works hard to keep those around her positive. It is clear that she loves cheerleading and is amazing at things relating to cheer. She has been a great leader and friend to the entire team. And that is our Spirit Spotlight, brought to you by Salon 114 for all the girls to go and get their hair done, and Birdie's Boutique to get them all dressed up. Both on the historic square and both proud to bring you the Spirit Spotlight. A lot of great things coming up over the next couple of weeks with Bright Futures. They will be starting, obviously, coming up their annual drive with Pleasant Hill to see who can collect the most. In the past, it's been socks and underwear. It's been several other different things they've come up with. That'll be coming your way in just a few weeks. Schroeder Chiropractic is happy to help out with Bright Futures as well and all they do in the community. Jill Filer, along with Jennifer Beavers, several others, do a great job with Bright Futures, and we're always glad to talk about them. So we have about 3 minutes to go before second half action, and it could be closer to 6 because the Wildcats are still not out on the field, so they may have that 3-minute window. It's what they usually do. 52-33 is our score at the half. It is your Kaleidoscope Digital Services halftime show. We're going to take another timeout. We'll be back with keys to the second half and your second half kickoff after this. You're listening and watching 4Ts.com.
When you live in a small town, you need someone you can trust to buy a used car from. Steve Holland with Holland Auto Sales is that guy. Selling cars in Harrisonville for 35 years gains you that trust. Used car dealers can come and go, but not Steve. Holland Auto Sales, with 3 generations of Hollands graduating from Harrisonville, means he will be here for years to come. So go see the guy who the Grammer family trusts to buy from, Steve Holland with Holland Auto Sales on Commercial Street, just past Burger King.
When you climb in your vehicle with your kids and head to the Wildcat game, you want to be safe. Make sure your tires are safe by visiting William and Michelle's at Young's Tire and Wheel Center. You might not need them today. William can give you a peace of mind by letting you know when you will. If tires are needed, they will get you the best tire on the market and Harrisonville's best tire warranty with free flat repair for life of the tire. So stay safe with new tires from Young's Tire and Wheel Center.
It's happened to all of us. Our printer out of ink and need an important document printed. In Harrisonville, that can spell disaster. Not any longer, though. Kaleidoscope Digital Services has you covered with inexpensive printing services. No more trips to the city just to get a copy made. And that's not all. Computer on the fritz, they'll take a look. Wi-Fi needed for workspace, and even starting a local gaming community, plus new board games to try. Head up to the historic Harrisonville Square and check out Kaleidoscope Digital Services on the corner of Wall and Independence Street.
Thank you, Kansas City, for making us the fastest growing Ford dealership in the Midwest. As a show of our appreciation, we are continuing You Pay What We Pay sales event. That's right. Going on right now, you pay what we pay on any new Ford on our lot. All invoices are clearly displayed. The highest trade-in values and the best financing ever are going on right now at Max Ford of Harrisonville. The lowest prices and a hassle-free shopping environment makes us the easiest place to buy a car. Max Ford of Harrisonville at the I-49 and 291 exit or anytime at maxford.com.
Salon 114 on the historic Harrisonville Square is happy to sponsor this year's Spirit Spotlight, which highlights a different Wildcat cheerleader who has excelled on the team each week. While the stylists at Salon 114 are extremely busy, they are excited to announce the addition of a full-spectrum infrared sauna. This new addition is available to anyone and comes with an array of health benefits. Sessions are available with flexible times and by the minute. That makes now the time to call at 816-651-3722. It's never too early to teach your little ones about finances and saving money. Sherwood Community Bank has plenty of options available for you to help kids save and learn how to manage money. Savings accounts can be started as soon as one is born to help teach them to save. Once they are behind the wheel, a checking account with free internet banking and a debit card could be there for them to manage their money. Sherwood Community Bank is there for the youngsters. Just ask Braxton.
Go see them at Sherwood's Bank. That's where my account is.
Hello and welcome back to Harrisonville, Missouri, and Cass Regional Medical Center. Scoreboard out there is bright and shiny. We are ready for some second half action a couple of minutes away. You've been listening to our halftime show brought to you by our friends at Kaleidoscope Digital Services on the square in Harrisonville, your one-stop printing, computer service, Wi-Fi, gaming. Go see Harrisonville's best computer solutions, Kaleidoscope Digital Services in Harrisonville. Good to have somebody like that in town, Gary, because we all know how many times have you ran out of ink and you need something printed and you have to go somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
It has happened. Zach's probably had a nervous breakdown before printing high school papers.
Are you kidding? Zach didn't do any homework when he was in high school. Steph, on the other hand, yes. And it was always the most inconvenient times. So, I was just talking to Pesic, older Pesic, and he says the same thing. Turnovers are the difference in the game. 3 turnovers, and we are 19-point difference.
And they've gotten 21 points off of those turnovers.
Correct.
So, you say it. Well, I say 21. I think it was 21, but, we've had a lot of missed extra points stuff going on in this game with the
three touchdowns.
Absolutely.
Right.
So 52-33 our score. We're getting ready for second half action. You've been listening to the Halftime Show brought to you by Kaleidoscope Digital Services. Thanks again for joining us for the Halftime Show. We'll take a quick 30-second. We'll be right back.
There are a million places to buy a used car, so why not go somewhere you know lives by the Show Me State motto? The staff at Show Me wants to show you that Show Me spirit. Excellent service, affordable prices, and even loaners while you get your car serviced. With 2 locations to serve you in Harrisonville and Belton, they will put you in your dream car, truck, or SUV, and if they don't have it, they'll find it for you. So drive on over to Show Me Auto Mall and drive away with your next car.
All right, Cats set to kick it off. Kick off your morning at Brew Daddy's, Harrisonville's only drive-through coffee shop located next to Commerce on Commercial.
And I would like a large, please.
So we're ready for second half action. 52-33 is our score after the half.
Here's the kick.
And little squib kick taking it about the 34. battle, and they get it up to the 35-yard line. Nate Ferguson with the return. It'll be 1st and 10 for Battle at their own 36-yard line. Farthest we can find, most points scored by an opponent on this field was in 2001 when Warrensburg beat Harrisonville 60-28. My good friend Jason Leary, who's probably watching, will be excited about that because he is a Warrensburg alum. And that was back in the days of Mr. Jermaine Race, who went to Pitt State. And now Lewis looking to pass, and he's chased out of the pocket, goes over the middle, finds his man at the 40, 30, and nobody's going to catch him into the end zone. Palmer, 4-6, 58-33 our score now. And just, Lewis stands back there so poised in the pocket, had traffic coming his way, had a rush. Just kind of stepped to the side, found a receiver, and went 4-6 going to North Dakota State, Division I AA or FBA. I don't even know the initials anymore. They've changed it so many times. So going up to North Dakota State, they've won 7 out of the last 8 national titles up there. And looks to be a good one. The kick is up. Kick is good, and it's 59-33. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be right back.
When you want all the latest news about the Wildcats, turn to the South Cass Tribune. A large sports section, honor rolls, robotics, and even news and notes from all 6 Harrisonville campuses. They are sure to have you covered. They are happy to say the Wildcats are their hometown team. Find the Tribune around town at various establishments or get a subscription delivered right to your mailbox. Keep up with everything each week in the South Cass Tribune, Harrisonville's home news source.
Well, we talked about a low-scoring second half, but 15 seconds gone by. It's 59-33. Cats get the ball back.
Well, and I think this is now the all-time scoring on this field.
No. Well, overall correct, but not for an opponent yet because Warrensburg scored 60.
Okay, I'm talking about total points, okay?
I don't know total points, though, yet either. Well, maybe. I don't know where was the 118-2 score against
that was
Nevada?
Hey, this was from our historian, okay? It was over here on a field that went east-west out from the basketball gymnasium from the middle school.
Nice. So a little squib kick the other way. Cat's going to take it up, man. That is Kennedy Atkinson. He's up to the 37, and he is rolled down, and the Cats will take their first second half action here. We don't know the school record for yards rushing in a game, but Jaden Wilson with over 200 yards in this one has a shot at getting in the discussion with Derek Nida. At the time, it is now Derek Travis, but you also have a couple of others that Sean Ransburg very possibly, Ruben Hartzler. There's been a long line of great running backs that come through Harrisonville. You even look at even more recently, John Fuller, Zach Blaine, wide receiver left, wide receiver right, Morgan Salamaya. He had 200-plus against Parkway North in the semifinals a couple of years ago. We have a whistle and delay a game on the Cats, and that's not what you like to see first play out of the second half after you've been in the locker room and get a delay a game. It's a 5-yard penalty.
You know, I've got to say, though, that's our first penalty of the game. None in the first half, which is a good thing because we've had a little bit of an issue with that in the first 3.
So wide receiver left, wide receiver right, Percival off the end. Under center is George. He's going to hand off. No, he's going to keep it himself. Pulls it back and going to get about 4 yards of it back. Going to bring up second down and about 12.
The senior linebacker. So second down and 11.
So he got 4 of that back. Going to bring up a second down for the Cats. 11:20 to go here in the third. 59-33. The Spartans over the Wildcats in the third quarter of this one. Cats got some work to do. Got to start with a touchdown and then get some stops. And here we go. Off of the end, they give it to Crowley. Crowley gets to about the 39-yard line.
Carson Crowley, the ball carrier.
You know, and right now you've got back there, you kind of got a thunder lightning going on back there. Crowley's not going to beat you with his speed. He's going to pound you 3 or 4 yards at a time. You get the breakaway speed from Wilson, whereas when you had Jace Reynolds in there, you had 2 game-breaking speed guys, and you just don't have that as much. Crowley's going to get his more workman-like approach. Split backs in the backfield, 2 wide receivers set to the right side. George looking to pass on 3rd and 8. He goes over the middle.
Good
Atkinson. And good job for Atkinson to pull that one into battle territory. And, you know, I'm going to tell you, for a sophomore, that was a gutsy catch because his quarterback left him out to dry right there. And a lot of sophomores are going to alligator arm that one and go, I couldn't reach it. 2 wide receivers set to the far side, split backs in the backfield. Up the middle, they're going to go with Wilson, and Wilson's going to have 3 or 4 down to about the 41-yard line with 10:15 to go here in the third. 59-33 the score.
Whistle to blown, arms are waved. Lead tackler, that was number 20, Jake Hedrick.
Well, that's not good.
And somebody down.
It's Wilson.
Is that Wilson on the ground, and he's tapping. Could be as much as a cramp. You know, it is a hot, hot night here. And it looks like the weight, going to grab his, not real sure. She's going to go stretch him out. Looks like she's going to, don't want to speculate here. So Gary's kind of looking with the.
It's not a cramp. Because he's got both feet on the ground.
So hopefully, you know, it could be the good old-fashioned one you don't like to take, too.
Oh, yeah.
Nice hand.
Oh, no, he's not.
Number 23,
walking
Jake
a little
Wilson.
gingerly off. You don't like to see that for the Cats. As 2 of the running backs now, and that was one thing, you know, you wanted to get through these first 4 games healthy. And now 2 of your running backs on the sidelines is not what you want. So we'll see who goes in for the Wildcats here. And
Well,
Jace Reynolds is back in. So
I saw him back with his pads on just a second ago, and so hopefully it was just some back spasms. Maybe they got it worked out at the halftime because it looked like it was back issues.
And I like seeing Jaden. He's on the sideline here. He's walking back and forth trying to work his way out here. 2nd down coming up for the Cats, and they're going to hand it right off the middle. Up the middle, Jace Reynolds just staying on his feet inside the 30 to the 25-yard line. A big 15 chunk of yardage here. And the Cats will take the ball down to the 25-yard line. 9:57 to go here in the 3rd quarter of this one. 59-33 our score. So it'll be Percival and Atkinson to the near side. Split backs in the backfield. Reynolds and Crowley. This time they're going to look for the pitch, and they pitch it back to Crowley. Crowley's got some running room and cut down quickly up to about the 23-yard line. And Battle showing off that outside speed right there. Crowley looked like he had a good 8-10 yards, and boom, out of nowhere comes the defense. And
but you got to like this drive.
Tommy Atherton.
You know, we've already got 2.5 minutes, over 2.5 minutes on this drive, 6 plays, so you've got to like this drive.
2nd down and about 8 coming up. They're going to give it to Reynolds, and Reynolds squeezes through a hole down about the 21 before he's pushed back. Going to bring up 3rd and about 5 for the Wildcats. And you know they're in that no man's land territory, so they're probably looking at 3-4 yards and 4 down territory here. Cats go back to the line of scrimmage here. 3rd down coming up. Ball at the 22-yard line, so about 6 to go for the Cats. George going to go under center here. Looking to pass, go on that counter. Percival, and Percival squeezes through inside the 20 down to about the 17-yard line.
Junior takes it across inside the 20 to about the 18.
You know what I like seeing from Kennedy Atkinson here on the near sideline? You can tell one of the reasons he's out on the field, obviously he's a big play ability. He's a very good blocking receiver as well. So he's on the near side here, going to bring up 4th down and a couple for the Cats. And here we go. They're going to go try to squeeze it in there. Don't think they're going to get it. And it looks like it's going to be a turnover on downs for the Cats. So they drove and couldn't capitalize. And this was their first drive of the first half as well, Gary. They got down there and just couldn't capitalize.
Smarts will take over on down.
So it'll be a 1st and 10 for Battle from about their own 17-yard line. 59-33 the score, 7:52 to go here in the third quarter of this one.
17-yard line here on the near side. 7:52 to play in this third quarter.
So I didn't know Jason was listening because he just texted me a couple minutes ago and said, the Berg. Wide receiver out to the left side. Couple to the right. Pistol formation for Lewis. He has Coleman behind him in the backfield. On 1st and 10, they're going to hand off to Coleman, and he's got running room, and Isaiah Patrick wraps him up, and a couple others take him down. Zachary Cheney in there. 7 or 8 yard gain, and we talk about being tired. Wildcats showing some signs of being tired on those lines of scrimmage as big yardage being had by Battle right now. 7.5 to go here, third quarter, 59-33 the score. Pistol formation for Lewis. 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. They're going to go to Coleman. Coleman gets to the outside. Chased down from behind. Carson Crowley able to open field tackle him up to about the 39-yard line, but another chunk of yardage, 10-plus yards. Moves them closer to Wildcat territory up to the 39-yard line. So 7:12 to go here, third quarter of this one, 59-33 the score. I have a good feeling we have not seen the last of any scoring from either one of these teams in this one. So wide receiver to your left, 2 to the right. Pistol formation in the backfield. Lewis has Coleman. Throw that little wide receiver screen again. And out Martin out here and gets hammered at about the 48-yard line. Isaiah Patrick lays some wood again. And he's that one guy you've seen on defense tonight, Gary, that is flying to the ball the way Battle flies on both sides of the ball. 2 wide receivers to your left, 1 to your right. Pistol formation for Lewis. And this time he's going to give the ball to Coleman. He goes inside, past the 50, and gets a first down to the 47 of the Wildcats with 6.5 to go in quarter number 3. Clock will roll here. 2 wide receivers, both sides for Lewis. Again in the pistol, right in the middle of that Wildcat at midfield. And this time he's going to pass. He goes in the flats this time. He's got his man again. There's been trouble for the Cats. Cats cannot tackle him down as Torian Palmer bounces through tacklers and gets 15 yards down about the 32-yard line. So the ball down to the 31-yard line. 59-33 our score. Battle is driving here. By 1 point, I believe that's the most points scored in a game. 56-35 final score in 2007 against Green Valley. I called that game right here. And here goes Lewis into the secondary for another first down on the quarterback keeper. Past the 20 down to the 18-yard line. That was a very good football game between 2 in the semifinals, Green Valley and Harrisonville. 56-35 final score. Derek Travis with an 80-yard touchdown to get the scoring going in that ball game. 5:45 to go here, third quarter of this one, 59-33. Battle is knocking on the door again by 26 in this one. There they go, pitch it back to Coleman. Coleman inside the 15, cuts back to the 12, taken down by Trevor Campbell. Bring up close to a first down. It'll be about 3 yards short. So 59-33 the score, 5:15 to go here in quarter number 3. This is that area of the field they like to go with those screen passes. He was looking out that way. We'll see if he goes that way. No, he's going to hand off to Coleman, and Coleman goes backside and gets inside the 10 to about the 5 for another first down for Battle. 59-33 the score, 6:55 to, or 4:56 to go. It's been a long night. 3 wide receivers set. Lewis in the pistol. He has Coleman behind him in the backfield. Lone receiver to this near side. Coleman to the 5. Inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line. Zachary Cheney and Colin Carruthers on the tackle. And Carruthers going to come off limping. Several shifting in, shifting out for the Wildcats.
So second and goal at the 3-yard line. Spartans to the line.
Keegan Rowe checks in for the Cats. So second down and goal from about the 2. Pistol formation again for Battle. Lewis this time going to pitch it to Coleman. Coleman cuts inside into the end zone for 6. 65-33 the score. Extra point coming up.
3-yard touchdown run conversion coming up.
Chance to make it a 33-point game. 66-33. You wouldn't see that score on very many scoreboards. 4:12 to go here, third quarter. Cats down in this one.
So number 2, Jalen Williamson.
And you know the difference in the ball game, obviously the turnovers, but the turnover on downs are just as bad as a turnover, and they've capitalized on every single one of them to the tune of 35 points, and that's your difference on the scoreboard. Here's the kick. It is up. It is good. And it's 66-33, 4:12 to go in the third. We'll be right back.
A strong starting lineup is a key to a great team. Insurance is no different, and Stafford & Stafford Insurance has the best lineup in town. With personal, commercial, health, life, farm, and crop insurance, they have you covered. 40-plus employees are there for you to find the best rates, walk you through claims, and make sure they are there for every step of the way. So if you're looking for a full-service insurance company with a strong starting lineup, go see the folks over at Stafford & Stafford Insurance on Commercial Street across from Holland Auto Sales. And welcome back. Chad's getting some water. He's a little dry after all the talking, especially with us hitting almost to probably that's 9:13. But we're only 4 minutes and 12 seconds left in the third. 66-33. Wildcats under the Columbia Battle team. 99 points scored.
So
next points will be 100.
Gary, it's a kickoff brought to you by who?
Coffee. I need it. Are you kidding me?
You guys have heard it enough tonight, so I was waiting for you guys to recite it for me. Brew Daddy's Coffee, Harrisonville's only drive-through coffee shop. We could use some Brew Daddies right about now. 4:12 to go here in quarter number 3. The Cats trail 66-33, and officially the most points scored by an opponent on this field has just happened. And the Cats would love to get some points back on the board here. The turnovers and the turnover on downs, the difference in this one. Short kick taken by Colby Knowles at the 20, 25, 30, right at the middle he goes, 35, 40, 45 on his horse, close to midfield. And it'll be a 1st and 10. That Sonic kick contestant, Brad Jones, thought he might have had one there. He was getting excited, I'm sure. Remember, you can sign up at 4tees.com or go to our Facebook page and work your way to 4tees.com. If the Cats return a kick for a touchdown tonight, it'll be $80. If not, it will roll over to $90 next week, or you get a $10 gift card just for playing and being selected each and every week. So the Cats close to midfield. They're going to be right at midfield to start this one off. And here we go on 1st and 10 into the secondary. Jace Reynolds, he cuts back to the 43-yard line, about a 7-yard gain.
taken inside the 45. On the stop, number 2, Jalen Williamson.
Brett Jones, always good information for me. 66 points, the most Harrisonville has ever given up in a ball game. The worst beating they had was 65-0 to Odessa before tonight. So here we go, Cats, and Jaden Wilson back in there, gets a first down.
He's never down. He's not touched down.
Going, and he's to the 15, to the 10, to the house. Jaden Wilson.
And that is smart running. He knew that he never touched the ground because he rolled on top of the defensive player.
43-yard touchdown run. He's got runs of 65, 65, 43 in the ball game, and the Wildcats score, make it 66-39. He squirted through there down to about the 25. Looked like he was going to be down, and then boom, he just kept on going, and it looked like what happened was he fell on top of the defender on his rear end and was never down, and the Cats going to go for 2 here. And looking to pitch it back, they get it to Reynolds, and Reynolds tries to cut back, nowhere to go. 66-39 the score, 3:26 to go. Touchdown in your tires on the pavement, shouldn't let you down. Go to Young's Tire and Wheel Center to check out your tires. Extra menu options for the whole family. Make one stop at Forged by Fire in the Price Chopper Shopping Center. Extra choices all the time. We'll be right back.
The Trade Fair Mall isn't just an antique mall. It's several businesses in one. Need T-shirts for your team? A custom T-shirt shop on site has you covered. Speaking of covered, Harrisonville Trade Fair is Missouri's #1 seller in premier portable buildings to store all your outdoor equipment. Design your own or buy one in stock for as little as $100 down and no credit check. While you are custom designing your premier portable building, snack on some delightful cinnamon glazed pecans, cashews, and almonds from the Nutty Bavarian. You need it? They probably got it. Harrisonville's Trade Fair Mall across from Sutherland's.
All right, welcome back. Little squib kick by the Up Man.
Businesses in one.
For battle will take it as Johnson with a little squib kick to about the 37-yard line. Kick off your morning at Harrisonville's only drive-through coffee shop.
At Brew Daddy's.
Brew Daddy's, next to Commerce on Commercial Street. Gary, how many kickoffs have we had in this game?
Oh, gee. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 22, 23 kickoffs.
23 kickoffs in a ball game. We just were told 120 points, most points ever scored in Harrisonville, was in a 118-2 game. We're at 105 now, 66-39 our score, 3:29 to still go here in the third. Pitch back to Coleman. He's going to get hammered on the near side here. Open field tackle, Hagan Stevenson, the sophomore, Jennings.
And he was hurt a while ago, so good to see him back.
For Coleman as he takes it to the 41-yard line here on the near side. Second down and 6.
So, Brady, 2nd and 6 coming up. Lewis in the pistol formation. 3 wide receivers set, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. I believe it's a different back in the backfield now, I think. And they throw it out in the flats, and they did. They tried to disguise it for Palmer out of the backfield. And it's an incomplete pass, brings up a 3rd down with 2:41 to go.
And Coleman has 20 touches for 226. You would think that with the game the way it is. However, Wilson has 19 touches for 272 yards. That's not all unofficial, but
a lot of yards in this game. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right, pistol formation. And again, in the backfield is Torian Palmer. This time they're going to hand off for Palmer. Go to the inside. He cuts close to a 1st down. See where they mark him.
42,
There's been some pretty good spots by the officials in this one. And actually, I thought that was 4, but it was 2. They got those narrow numbers. And you try to pull them out.
No, it's 42.
Okay, so 42 in the ball game, or 42 is in there now for.
The 48-yard line action on the far side.
There's not a 42 on the roster. So 2:19 to go, 66-39 here in the third quarter. And chased out of the pocket again is Lewis, but he finds his man down the sideline and goes out of bounds. Zachary Cheney with the tackle over there. Brings up another first down to about the 37-yard line. 2:09 to go. Third quarter, 66-39 is our score.
7-yard line action on the far side. And the clock rolls.
So wide receiver flanked out way far on the left side, 2 to the near side here. You got to watch Palmer off the end as well. And you have Lewis in the backfield. And this time they're going to pitch it back to 42, tries to get to the outside. Nowhere to go. Isaiah Patrick again back there. Tackle for a loss.
Jerry Martinez, the ball carrier.
Not sure what happened to Isaiah as he went to get up. It kind of looked goofy when he went down. I don't know if he was mad, but it was about a tackle for a loss of about 3. Brings up second down and 13 for the Cats. I think we're all getting slap happy up here. Still got another quarter to go, 1:25 to go in the third of this one. 3 wide receivers set to your left side, pistol formation. Lewis looking to pass, looks at that screen now, looks deep down the field. Cats have a beat on it, incomplete. Going to bring up third down and 13. So when they're passing, Miller and Palmer are the 2 that they've gone to most of the time tonight. A couple other guys, Mason Miller's gotten involved. He was the catch on the far side a while ago. Also, Gillig has had a couple of big catches. Pistol formation, third down and about 13 from the 40 of the Wildcats.
You know, we've only had 1 punt in this game.
And this time is a handoff right up the middle inside the 40 to the 35 to the 32. 1:02 to go here. And Jennings again.
Officials spotted the ball at the 32-yard line, ball between the seams.
Got popped.
A minute left to play in this third quarter. The clock rolls. The play
So it'll be fourth down, and they're going to go for it here. Cats would love to get a stop. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Stops have been hard. As Gary said, 1 punt in the entire game. They have been hard to come by here, and I don't even remember when that punt was. So pistol formation, looking to throw. He throws it out in the flats, has his man open for a first down inside the 20 to about the 17. Mason Miller, he's the possession receiver, gets another first down.
Senior defensive back, but the change to move, first and 10. The clock rolls. Ball at the 18-yard line of the Cats.
And they punted in the first quarter, or second quarter. 20 seconds to go here, third quarter. 66-39 the score. Clock rolls. They will have to snap it here. Play clock under 10. 2 wide receivers your left, 1 to your right. Pistol formation for Lewis. He thought about pitching, now pitches back at the last second. And taken down on the far side. Again, Isaiah Patrick chasing him down. And you know, that's something we don't really keep tackle stats, but I mean, there's been like 417 tackles in the ball game. That's the end of the third quarter, 66-39. We'll take a timeout.
One of the scariest things to do is to take your car to a mechanic. No reason to be scared when you have the best mechanics around right here in Harrisonville. Colby and the crew at Colby's Car Clinic are all ASE certified mechanics with the latest equipment to keep your vehicle running smoothly year in and year out. Add new tires and being a rough country lifts and accessory dealer, Colby's Car Clinic takes the fear out of getting your car fixed. So give Colby a call at 816-380-3000 or go see them in the big blue building behind O'Reilly's.
Welcome back. 12 minutes on the clock. We go to the fourth quarter. We're starting the fourth quarter.
Didn't think we would ever get here.
Almost 9:30. Usually, so you know, those small class teams like Class 1 and Class 2, they're already at home and in bed. with the clock going the whole game because both teams are running the ball. We're just starting the fourth quarter. We're getting the party started. 66-39 the score. 105 points on the board. Is that how many? Wait.
So the chains are set.
Yeah, 105 on the board. 120, the most ever scored in Harrisonville in a game. And that took 118 points by one team.
Action here on the side.
We still may get there the way we're going. So 2 wide receivers, 2 your right, 1 to your left. Pistol formation, Lewis. It's when they've been their most dangerous is out of this pistol. They've gone to the shotgun a couple of times, but in the pistol it has been a dangerous scenario. And he saw something in that defense again. He's been really good at calling audibles. And this time he's going to hand off for the running back right up the middle. They're going to go close to the end zone. It'll be a first and goal.
Sean Coleman, the sophomore. We dragged down by
Sophomore with the carry. Coleman back in the ball game.
Gonna move the chains. First and goal to go.
He was out of the game, man. I was searching around.
There they go.
So it'll be a first and goal at about the 2 for Lewis and company. 2 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. 66-39 our score. And here we go, right up the middle into the end zone is Coleman.
Dale Sean Coleman. Conversion coming up.
Makes it 72-39. With the extra point coming up.
It was 11 or 12 play drive. That's what we were, I was wanting to see us do.
So an extra point away from it being a 34-point contest. 72-39 our score. Points galore in this one. And we got a fourth quarter to go.
Jalen Williamson for the PAT.
So that one skips to the quarterback. Now he's going to have to look to throw back and does. Puts it on the turf, and that had to have been a lateral. And now he chucks it down the sideline and out of bounds. And it'll stay 72-39 with 11:35 to go. Boy, this game has had everything. We'll keep it right here. I'll run down some scores, some odd scores out there. Webb City 22-20 over Branson, the final score. And Branson obviously a larger school than Webb City, but you just don't see scores like that from them. 28-7 Lee Summit West over Rockbridge. Some conference scores. Looking down, Grandview all over Pleasant Hill, 38-17. Platte County now up 31-22 over Grain Valley, who is no longer actually in the conference. Excelsior Springs 49-28 over Richmond. Odessa does not play till tomorrow. William Chrisman and Raytown. William Chrisman getting beat 42-21. The score in this one is a whole lot of points. 72-39 is our score. Getting ready for another kickoff. Kick off your mornings at Harrisonville's only drive-through coffee shop, Brew Daddy's, next to Commerce Bank on Commercial. I've only said it 27 times. I should have it down by now.
So the Spartans to kick off.
72-39 the score. I did not know I was going to a basketball game when I came up here tonight.
We'll put the pigskin down to the 40.
Cats even got a little bit of disguise up here, up front here, as you see. I see Jaden Wilson at about the 35-yard line. See if they notice that. And this will be taken on the far side, and that is going to be Kennedy Atkinson up to the 45 and out of bounds.
Kennedy Atkinson from the 35-yard line twists and turns his way to about
Great insurance coverage. Liked the coverage on that kick. Go see Brad Sainer at Farmers Insurance in the A-frame on Commercial across from Casey's. Farmers has been there, covered that. Remember, Brett Jones is our Sonic kick return contestant. If the Cats return a kick, and I'm going to tell you, I'm a little bit scared if somebody returns a kick in this ball game for the Wildcats, Brett will win an $80 gift card. He's had multiple opportunities. We may not see that this year.
He can't be upset at the opportunities he's had as far as kickoffs go.
Absolutely. There have been some good ones. So 11:31 to go.
Reynolds still stretching out his back, but he's back in today, or in this drive.
So here we go, under center at about the 43-yard line, and they hand off for Wilson, and Wilson
Number 23, Jaden Wilson.
approaching 300 yards
45-yard line.
on the night.
Second down.
274 now.
Gain of 2 yards on the play. The tackler, number 23,
And it
Tommy
only,
Atherton.
we got a player on the ground. And, you know, at this point, the amount of plays, I may make you take a couple of plays off and count the number of plays the two teams have played here tonight between all of the series. 11-12 to go, and another player being helped off, and it's just a battle of attrition at this point. 72-39 our score. Wildcats trail in this one, but have kept fighting all night. Really the difference in this ball game, just the turnovers by the Wildcats.
Our plays are 49 plays. I mean, but that's through only three quarters. Normally you get around 60, 65, 70 maybe at the most.
So here we go. This time Wilson again hit at the line of scrimmage.
23, Jaden Wilson, Matt.
Tackled and hammered down.
Third down, no gain on the play. Number 6, Chase Anderson, the senior defensive lineman on the stop.
Anderson with the tackle, and he was the one as well who had the fumble return for the touchdown. Third down and about 8 coming up. No gain on that one for Jaden. Split backs in the backfield. Percival off in, wide receiver flanked out to the right side. And he's looking to throw. Chased out of the pocket. Going to throw it short for Percival and incomplete.
Number 13, Bryce Percival, the junior here on the near side.
So it brings up a fourth down for the Cats at about the 45-yard line, and the Cats are going to punt for just the second punt in the ball game. I do not know that Harrisonville has punted in this game.
They have not.
And Colby Knowles in there to punt it away. 10:21 to go. 72-39 our score in this one.
Number 3, Colby Knowles, punt formation.
Still 10:21 to go. Colby waits at his own 35, and he's going to get it off. Good high end over end kick. It's going to bounce and go to about the 20-yard line. Cats try to get the stop. No. And on his horse goes the returner. Williamson on the return. He's also the kicker for Battle. 10:07 to go. 72-39 the score. Ray Peck up on Belton, 21-14 in that contest. That's the old Battle of North Cass County. Ball to 41 for
First and 10 for this
Battle. Cats changing guys in, changing guys out.
Number 14, Khalil Dampier.
Timeout being called by the Wildcats here with 10:07 to go.
Timeout Wildcat.
And you know, you see guys
Dampier's a sophomore for his Spartans.
just taking deep breaths, and you know, Trevor Campbell over here, he had his hands up above, just trying to catch an extra breath here. Is a lot, you know, Trevor been going both ways this whole game, playing a lot of football. You see the senior Isaiah Patrick over there talking to him, just trying to catch him a breather. And I mean, it's a hot, humid night too, so a night to have a track meet. This isn't one of those nights. Hope to try to keep everybody hydrated and rolling.
No, and it looked like actually Battle came out with their second team, and so I think that's the reason Harrisonville called a timeout to correspond the same way on our side. So
Dampier, the sophomore.
This is who we'll see next year as the quarterback for them, more than likely.
So Dampier, and up the middle he goes. Handoff for 6. 78-39 with 9:56 to go here in the fourth quarter. As the scoreboard is starting to smoke with all the points being churned out on the scoreboard. 78-39 the score, 9:56 still to go here in the fourth quarter. That will roll the clock, though. It'll turn into a running clock situation here. You know, and I think at this point, you know, Coach, not saying they're waving the white flag, but at this point you want to make sure your guys are healthy starting or conference play next Friday night. So 9:56 to go. The kick is up. The kick is good. 79-39. We'll be right back after this.
It's 6 p.m. and your family is discussing what to eat for dinner. We've all been there. Everyone wants something different. So make it simple. Go to Forged by a Fire in Harrisonville for a little bit of everything. Salads for mom, and a wide variety of them at that. The steak for dad, a Boss burger for your growing boy, and chicken strips for the little one. The next time you need a variety of food with extra options to satisfy everyone in the family, make the one stop to Forged by Fire in the Price Chopper Shopping Center on Commercial.
All right, 9:56 to go here in the ball game. The Cats trail 79-39. Austin Campbell told me I need to hurry this ball game up as he's listening down in Columbia. And I wonder why he's wanting to hurry it up. Why don't you let me in on that secret? Actually, he's probably wanting to go to bed because it's an early. No, they're not in town this weekend. That's next weekend. So I bet I know what Austin wants to go. And he probably wants to go down on Providence and maybe go to Shiloh tonight or something like that.
No, he probably wants to go to bed. He's tired. He needs his beauty sleep. Hey, Austin.
Or Harpo's. Better Harpo's. One of the two is probably coming up. 9:56 to go here in this one. 79-39 the score. You know what? Nobody can ever tell us we don't have fun up here. We're having a blast at 79-39. Been a crazy record-breaking night score-wise in this one. And now Percival's got to chase this one back inside the 10. And he's got to get back to
if
the
he
15,
gets around
10,
that
15 and out of the 20. Every time Brett's probably in there, go. And remember, you can sign up for the Sonic Kick Return Contest. Tonight's contestant is Brett Jones. And if they return a kick, there's still plenty of time to return a kick in this ball game. It would be an $80 Sonic gift card.
You're not going to believe this, but this is the worst field position by almost 15 to 20 yards that Harrisonville started in the whole game.
Looks like River Riley going to take the helm here with 9:14 and counting in this ball game.
Well, just want to, it looks like that.
And he's going to roll with most of the starters, but they can give Landon George a breather. I don't think there's any injury or anything with Landon. Just giving River some reps here. Split back formation. They're going to go with Wilson. Wilson's going to get a couple up to about the 25-yard line. Going to bring up a second down and about 6. So 4 yards for Jaden.
278. 22 more yards, he'll hit the 300-yard mark.
Wilson was the ball carrier.
I wonder if he's got enough gas for another long touchdown. Everybody out there a little bit tired.
52, Eli Owens was on the stop.
Looks like that's going to be on. Nope, that'll be on us. It'll be 5 yards back.
And that's only our second penalty that I've written down anyway for 10 yards. So
Second down, 11.
well, we get the 5 yards back.
Penalty flag throw.
Well, it's been that kind of night. 8:07 to go.
I think this is the longest any team's had the ball, too, and it's running clock, obviously, so now we've had it for 2 minutes, so really not, but it seems like it.
Second down at 6.
So here we go on 2nd and 6, right back where we were at, and they hand it off to Wilson, and he cuts back and tries to get to the outside and cut down at about the 26, 27.
23, Jaden Wilson.
They're going to mark it up to about the 28, so give him another 4 yards, and he's chopping wood
To the 28-yard line.
with 7:45 to go, and Jaden going to come out of the ball game as Drayden Polk checks in at running back along with Crowley. 3rd and 2 coming up. Percival off the end, wide receiver flanked out left side. And Riley going to hand off for Crowley, and Crowley gets into the secondary past the 30 to 35, and another first down for the Cats, and that's a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. Erlene and her staff always take care of us. We've had a lot of washer and dryer from them. We've bought 2 sets of washer and dryers from them. They got a nice dishwasher, a portable dishwasher you can move back and forth. I've really got my eye on. May have to see Erlene River Riley to throw, and he's got a man. Atkinson comes back for it. Down to the 40 to the 37-yard line. Kennedy Atkinson with another big grab. He's had a couple of big grabs tonight.
Isaac Smith with the reception.
25
yards.
gives him 87 yards total.
So Kennedy Atkinson with 87. You know, some of the keys of the game we talked about beforehand. I said you got to spread it out a little bit more to your receivers, and Kennedy's been the go-to receiver tonight. Split backs in the backfield. Percival off the end. Under center is Riley. And Riley now going to give it on the counter to Percival, and he spins out of a tackle, tries to get to the outside of the 30, going to try to go to the 20, 15-10, out of bounds, thrown down at the 10-yard line with 5:55 to go.
We don't have number 22 on the roster for battle. We apologize.
So another host of players coming in for the Cats as it's a 1st and goal to go situation.
First and 10. First and goal.
So 5:35 to go. Cats rotate guys out.
Just inside the 10.
Wait for the play.
Trevor Riley, the sophomore, takes the squad to the line.
We have a wide receiver to his left, wide receiver to his right, and we got a timeout called.
5:31 left to play.
So timeout called, and we'll take a timeout as well. Does your car need a timeout? Go to Young's Auto Repair and have them check it out right behind the garage on Commercial. We'll be right back.
Everybody has that one friend's house they love to go to with cool decorations and a relaxed environment. The Garage Burgers in Harrisonville is like your friend's house, an amazingly fun place with names of all of its visitors adorning the walls with old racing gear throughout. Make it your place to go next time you want a fun and terrific dinner. With 20-plus burgers, amazing appetizers, and ice-cold drinks, the Garage is your stop for fun and excitement. Now open late on Fridays. The Garage Burgers on Commercial across from Young's Tire.
79-39 to score, 5:31 to go here in the ball game. Cats trail by 40. And it is a 1st and goal situation for the Wildcats. Wide receiver to the left, wide receiver to the right. And here we go on 1st and goal. And Riley, not sure what happened there. The ball popped out or.
Yeah, it was a mishandle from the center to the quarterback.
We'll bring up a 2nd down.
Tackler number 93. QCM Payne.
5:10 to go.
Keyshawn Payne, excuse me.
Polk and Jake Ward, I believe. Riley looking to throw and chucked to the ground, and this one's going to be returned. Down the field they go, 79-yard line. Some 89 yards.
No flags thrown.
79-39 the score. That makes it 85-39. We'll have more points on the board. Check my math, but I think it's 124 points in the ball game. Lost track, but I believe that's the most points ever scored in Harrisonville, ever. 85-39 between two teams.
Conversion attempt coming up for battle.
So waiting for the extra point coming up. 85-39 the score in this one on the fumble return for a touchdown. And an extra point coming up.
Williamson with the PAT.
And that one rolls to the punter. And the 2-point conversion is good. Make it 87-39.
2-point conversion.
We'll take a timeout. We'll be back.
When you live in a small town, you need someone you can trust to buy a used car from. Steve Holland with Holland Auto Sales is that guy. Selling cars in Harrisonville for 35 years gains you that trust. Used car dealers can come and go, but not Steve. Holland Auto Sales, with 3 generations of Hollands graduating from Harrisonville, means he will be here for years to come. So go see the guy who the Grammer family trusts to buy from. Steve Holland with Holland Auto Sales on Commercial Street, just past Burger King.
All right, 87-39 with 4:40 still to go in this one. You know, we joked about seeing 100 points on the score. It is not out of the realm of possibilities here. 87-39 the score. Harrisonville down in this one. And when you dig into the statistics of this ball game, you're going to find out the difference in the game was the turnovers and the turnovers on downs we had a couple of different times. You take those away, it's a totally different ball game.
Yeah, and obviously you play a game different. I mean, the very first series we had, it was 9 plays, went 38 yards, 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And what happened was we lost it on downs. Let it go out of bounds, and we'll get it 35.
That kickoff was brought to you by Brew Daddy's Coffee. Next to Commerce Bank on Commercial, Harrisonville's only drive-through coffee shop. 4:24 to go in this one. 87-35 the score. River Riley and company set to go back out on the field. And you know, one of the things I noticed, and this was in the Jamboree when we were playing against Lee Summit, Ray Peck, and Liberty North. A couple of, like, I didn't think there was a lot of size difference in kids out there, like with Ray Peck and Lee Summit, so much as I did Liberty North. Is Riley going to hand it off and right up the middle to Polk? He's going to get about 5 yards, and that'll be it. But what I was going to say is, you really saw the difference in size of kids when you started bringing your second and your third round of kids in, because you're still having juniors and seniors at a Class 5 or Class 6 school, whereas Harrisonville's got a bunch of freshmen out there. So the size variation goes a little crazy, and I think that's where, you know, and a lot of people are going to look at this score and go, wow, Harrisonville got destroyed. And that's, in my opinion, not the case at all. I saw a lot of positives come out of the night. They give him about 7 on that for Polk. Going to bring up a second down for the Cats at close to midfield. Ball is about the 43. Under center is Riley. And this time he's going to hand it off, and Polk going to get a first down up to the 47-yard line. With 3:05 to go.
Straight up to the middle once again to number 24, Drayden Polk. Brought down by host of Spartans. There's a saber.
We may need to get Gary a computer to finalize these stats at the end of the night.
So first and 10.
You know, I do see a lot of positives. The score doesn't reflect how close to the game this was up through 3 quarters.
And if people want, and you talk about it, if people want on a first and 10 here, close to midfield, up the middle again, Polk going to go into the secondary and get another first down up to about the 41 of Battle. And yeah, it was a close game going, you know, late third quarter. They started pulling away a little bit. But if anybody takes this and thinks, wow, you know, Harrisonville, what happened? Harrisonville's down, anything like that, they're going to look at the record 1-3. They're going to get bit real hard, real fast, because this is a pretty solid football team, and it's going to be by the end of the year especially.
Oh, it is. And as each game, you can see the confidence and the experience. I really don't think our kids are going to come out of this, or young men are going to come out of this with their heads hanging down.
River Riley with another handoff and driven back and then thrown down. You know, there's been a couple of times with these younger kids out here, I've seen the whistles and then them getting thrown down still. I'd like to see the officials kind of slow it down a little bit better. 1:45 to go here in the ball game. 87-39 the score.
Loss of one on the play. Second down and 11.
Cats letting the clock roll here in no hurry.
Well, the 42-yard line, action on the far side. Play coming in for the Cats.
To the line, River Riley and his crew. Wide receiver left, wide receiver right, split backs in the backfield. Again, they're going to hand it off to Polk, and he just barrels forward for about 5 or 6.
24, the sophomore Drayton Polk, the ball here.
It's Xander Johnson in the backfield with him. I thought it was 21, but it's 20 Xander Johnson. So Polk and Johnson in the backfield. Third down coming up. 1 minute to go here in the ball game. Clock will roll. 87-39 is our score. Probably close to possibly the last play of this ball game coming up.
To the line the Cats go, 3rd and 5.
Under center is Riley. Going to hand it off for Polk, and Polk going to get close to a first down and then push down.
Number 24, the sophomore, met at the line of scrimmage. We'll see where Ford Momentum does take him.
And I believe that will do it. Play clock has not started, only 20 seconds on the clock. It'll be a 4th down and a yard for the Cats. But that will do it from Harrisonville for the final score, 87-39. Your final score. We will sort out some stats, get a computer,
The ball game's over, it's done.
maybe call IBM, get the supercomputer here to help Gary decipher and recycle these stats. And we'll have your post-game show brought to you by Forged by Fire, your post-game headquarters. Head out to Forged by Fire right now for Friday night trivia, 87-39. Your final score. We'll be right back.
Thank you for all attending tonight's ball game, and good night.
Salon 114 on the historic Harrisonville Square is happy to sponsor this year's Spirit Spotlight, which highlights a different Wildcat cheerleader who has excelled on the team each week. While the stylists at Salon 114 are extremely busy, they are excited to announce the addition of a full-spectrum infrared sauna. This new addition is available to anyone and comes with an array of health benefits. Sessions are available with flexible times and by the minute. That makes now the time to call at 816-651-3722. Salon 114 on the historic Harrisonville Square is happy to sponsor this year's Spirit Spotlight, which highlights a different Wildcat cheerleader who has excelled on the team each week. While the stylists at Salon 114 are extremely busy, they are excited to announce the addition of a full-spectrum infrared sauna. This new addition is available to anyone and comes with an array of health benefits. Sessions are available with flexible times and by the minute. That makes now the time to call at 816-651-3722. Salon 114 on the historic Harrisonville Square is happy to sponsor this year's Spirit Spotlight, which highlights a different Wildcat cheerleader who has excelled on the team each week. While the stylists at Salon 114 are extremely busy, they are excited to announce the addition of a full-spectrum infrared sauna. This new addition is available to anyone and comes with an array of health benefits. Sessions are available with flexible times and by the minute. That makes now the time to call at 816-651-3722. It's never too early to teach your little ones about finances and saving money. Sherwood Community Bank has plenty of options available for you to help kids save and learn how to manage money. Savings accounts can be started as soon as one is born to help teach them to save. Once they are behind the wheel, a checking account with free internet banking and a debit card could be there for them to manage their money. Sherwood Community Bank is there for the youngsters. Just ask Braxton.
Go see them at Sherwood's Bank. That's where my account is.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Harrisonville, Missouri. Your final score tonight. I got to look down on the score sheet here because it was a crazy one. 87-39, your final score. And I am one to tell you it was not indicative of the way that this football game went tonight. The Wildcats fought and clawed for pretty much 3 full quarters, and I just think they ran out of steam, and the speed got to be a little bit too much for them, Gary.
Yeah, it did. And I with the last 2 quarters of last week and the first 3 quarters of this week, I think they gained a lot of confidence in what they needed to go to move forward into conference play. So I'm excited about that. I mean, it was a tough game, tough team. We knew they were going to be playing. I'm going to run down a couple of stats. We had the halftime stats, so some of the things changed. But obviously, Jaden Wilson led the team with 282 yards of rushing on 23 carries. Total of 457 yards rushing for the team, and 119 passing, with a total of 576 yards plus some all-purpose yards, total of 636 all-purpose yards for Harrisonville. A couple of things I want to take out of that. Obviously, Wilson with almost 300 yards. He also ended the game with 4 touchdowns, a 65-yard touchdown, a 65-yard touchdown, a 14-yard touchdown, and a 43-yard touchdown. I think we see what he can do for this team, with him and Reynolds, and then obviously Crowley in the backfield. We saw that last week, how things went. We had 2 100-yard rushers. We only had 1 almost 300-yard rusher tonight. But still, I'm excited about what our offense is going to be able to produce with the confidence they're getting after these 4 games. And these were 4 very tough games.
Yeah, and they were, and I think, relatively speaking, we're pretty healthy coming out of these 4 games. And that was one of the things that the coaching staff talked about, is we just got to be healthy after those first 4 games. And, you look at the final score, you can sit there and people can say, wow, what in the world's going on in Harrisonville? Or, they're only 1-3 on the year. But I'll put our first 4 games up against any team in the state, and that goes through all 6 classes. I'm not just talking Class 6 teams that play Class 6 teams all the time. We're talking top to bottom. You played the number 2 team in Class 4 in your first game of the season. You played the number 5 team in Class 3 in the second game. You played a Class 6 Kansas school in week 3, and tonight you played the number 7 team in Class 5. And I think you saw a real difference in Class 5 to Class 4 when it comes down to it in, 1,500 kids as opposed to 900 kids. That's an extra 300 boys to choose from to play football. And you think, well, that's, not a whole lot. Well, that's 300 extra bodies that you could put out there. Obviously, they're not all going to play football, but that just shows you the difference that you can get talent-wise coming out. Not taking anything away from our kids, because we got a great group of kids out there, but overall, instead of having 22 kids that are starting for Harrisonville, they've got 56 kids that can play for any number of programs. So that kind of shows you, and it felt like their speed really wore us down in the second half.
Yeah, and you saw that in 2000. I think it was 2010 when we went from Class 3 to Class 4. We'd been in Class 3. We're kind of the top of the Class 3. We went up to Class 4, and we saw what that extra class, that size does for a team. Can't take anything away from Battle. Battle was a good team. They've got some very good athletes. Wish the best for them the rest of the season. But I'm looking forward to the next 5 games, 6 games with the first game of conference or the districts. Next 6 games with our club. Our club is a good, talented club, and they have gained a lot of experience in these 4 games, and they've gone through adversity. Went through some interviews today and talking about how you go through adversity, and sometimes a loss or a failure is really a recipe for success. And I think that's what we're going to see from our kids.
I really do. They go on the road again next week. They start conference play on the road, and that'll be 3 out of the first 5 games on the road. It means they're going to be backloaded on the home schedule later in the season, but it doesn't get any easier. 4-0 Excelsior Springs, they've rattled off some wins. We're going to see next week how this tough schedule as opposed to somebody else's schedule plays out. So I'll be interested to see how that goes next Friday night up in Excelsior.
Oh, absolutely. Excited for some conference football now. See really what our conference is built off of and what our team can do against that, and take us on through conference and in district play. Hey, we've done it the last several years. Started off in some difficult games, but we said at the beginning of the game, it's not what you do in September, it's what you do in November.
Absolutely. So, again, your final score tonight, 87-39 was your final score. We had a track meet breakout here in Harrisonville. All kinds of records being set. Most points ever scored between two teams on Harrisonville soil. Also the most points scored by an opposing team tonight as well by battle. But a lot of good things to come out of it. Conference play, the season resets next Friday night, Gary. Everybody's 0-0, so we'll see what happens. For Ron behind the camera, for Jerry Forschler back behind me, for Gary Davidson, I'm Chad Grammer saying good night from Harrisonville. We'll see you next Friday night in Excelsior Springs.